In the realm of Asera, on the prime material plane, there have always been stories. Stories of love, of loss, of victory, and defeat. Within these tomes of collections from around the world, there's stories. Whether they are myth, legend, truth, or lies, only those who have lived them may ever know. And I have collected them all. Now sit a while and listen as I, Master Historian Koldar Vrekvroth, recite from the Chronicles of Ash.
Welcome to a special one-shot from Adventures Till the Curtain Calls. This is actually going to be part of a larger kind of, I guess, umbrella. And anytime we do one-shots or mini-series within the world of Asera, it's kind of, just adding more lore, having more fun, not being Matt Mercer, but secretly hoping one day to be sort of like Matt Mercer, but never going to happen. But so
can't have no one.
Today we have with us, we have Nathan, we have Tony, we have David, and we have Jack. Hi. So before we get started, why don't I get descriptions of your characters going from left to right, starting with you, Nathan.
Sure. Today I am playing a Genji. He is a well-built male human with black hair and piercing white eyes. I can't talk right now. He wears what would be considered traditional martial arts attire in Japan, including a hakama, which is pleated pants, nagagi, which kind of looks similar to a thin robe, but it doesn't have any sleeves. He's also wearing a casa, which is a straw hat.
Hey.
Got that look.
I love straw hats.
And he wears plate armor over his right shoulder and arm. He has visible scars on his face and his left arm, which are partially covered by a green scarf that he wears over his wrist and hand. A large white fur cloak rests on his back under an interesting shield, and the katana attached to his left hip, also known as Thought Render, is decorated in green, and if you look closely at the hilt, you may see some scales.
Snap. Like that green theme.
Sorry, your phone was like stuck in your cord and I didn't want to...
Oh,
no! Moving onward and upward, Tony, what you got for me, sir?
I will be playing Scarus Thorna. He is a Shadar Kai druid of the Circle of the Blighted. He is ashen-colored skin that's marked with black twisted veins that go through his arms, neck, and face, while also having spiky, gnarled, protrusions on his shoulders and arms. He is clad in a mix of worn leather and tattered robes. He has a whip at his side always, with a belt that has a various amount of vials and herbs, making sure he's always prepared. Unfortunately, around him, it almost always smells like stale dead air. Like you just opened up a tomb for the first time. And he always has his green scarf that he keeps wrapped around his neck and his face to kind of serve as a protective barrier for the hazard environment that he tends to create.
Nice. What do you got for us, David?
So tonight I'll be playing Swift Shadow, who is a male tabaxi monk with markings similar to those of a jaguar. Jaguar.
He has wares. That's the only time I'm going to make that joke.
Okay. Cool. With mostly golden brown fur, black and white splotches, and golden yellow eyes. He dresses very simply with common robes and little in the way of adornment, except for a dark green, nearly black sash around his waist. He was an orphan raised by the monks of the Monastery of the Rising Dawn, located in the kingdom of Thorhale. The monks raised him to appreciate a good day's work, the simple life, service to the monastery and those nearby. They also taught him the benefits of an orderly and structured life, and this is reflected in how he holds himself. He's very disciplined, as befits his class, cares little for wealth or things, and has been known to bring calm to otherwise chaotic situations. That calm does not mean he holds back in battle, however, as he is known to dive headlong into fights to support his comrades. He does so with hands and feet, with staff, and drawing upon drawing upon his key to tap into elemental forces. Easy for me to say, right? He also seems to enjoy the more carnal pursuits, oddly enough, frequenting brothels or connecting with those he finds in passing, with an almost mystical ability to draw attention to himself, perhaps because of his animal attraction. He also has been known to spout the odd dirty joke to his teammates, but rarely laughs at them himself.
Gross.
Man, can you imagine being just told a joke just deadpan?
Yeah.
And it'd be a perfect delivery. Ian, Jack, what you got for us?
Standing at 6 feet tall, a little hunched, and about 280 pounds of scale and muscle, we have a broad, built, with a strong man's belly, brass dragonborn named Praetor Gibratier. He wears a set of polished silver plate armor with garments and a tartan belt skirt of the Everthrone regalia colors: deep emerald green, gold, and hints of black and silver neutrals that accentuates the seams. At around 50 years of age, we have this bundle of loose lizard skin that sits over the collar. He has long extensions of lizard-like draconic tendrils that hang over a silver coronet and also just trail behind the head. And then we have these spiral onyx-colored horns that sprout from the sides of the head. And also seen on the armor are these etchings of runic sigils or symbology framing the various seams and edges. And lastly, he walks around, or at least sometimes is seen with this large archistaff. Others may consider it a maul due to its sheer size and weight. This archistaff maul is carved from ancient petrified wood that's cracked from arcanic energies from the weave, and itself is also covered in runic sigils. And if it's okay with Wes and the others, I'd like to read a little excerpt, just revealing the Praetor and maybe starting the tone.
Sure.
Shit, yeah.
I am the Praetorian, Praetor Gibratier.
Love it.
The loyal, dogged servant to our High King Zanchalcus Surveyor first of his name. As enactor of his will, my regiment of Grim Scarves serve to uplift this fractured land. Until our High King's vision is seen, I will be an example of his steeled resolve, his unwavering dedication, and through the passing of mine own mortal coil, and God's willing, a continuance of servitude in the great beyond until all of his vision is achieved.
Do you want to DM my guy? I'm here for it. Like, if you want to run, but you have to do that voice the entire time.
So easy.
I love it.
So easy company. I get it. All right, cool. All right, Fantasy Easy Company.
Speaking on that, so the High King, Zanchalcus Surveyor, the Redeemer, has been crowned. The last mantle has begun, which is the current age that our campaign is in, just much later. We're literally year one, if you want to think of it like that. Yeah. But although the last mantle has begun, the High King has been crowned. There do remain holdouts. There always will be, always has been. It's just how governments work. High King Surveyor, he isn't a greedy man at all. He actually only seeks to unify Asera. His original drive being to just quell the strife and the ash wars that were raging in his youth. As such, he doesn't want to consolidate the world necessarily by the strength of arms, but also by strengthening the people's hearts themselves. How we kind of get into this is that a hooded figure had actually approached a steward of the High King and handed a cryptic message that hints at an imminent threat. Unbeknownst to the High King and the currently being built capital of Asera, that this mysterious figure is a former ally of an entity known only as the Counselor, Councillor. So not your fun, happy-go-lucky counselor.
Hence why Will isn't.
Will Acton, yeah, that's what. Yeah, he'd hurt. But this hooded figure was seeking redemption and willing to provide vital information about this counselor's plans, which aims to somehow bring the abyssal plane and its denizens to Asera, plunging it into eternal darkness and once again resparking the wars that had once ravaged across the world.
That doesn't sound good.
It typically isn't when there's eternal darkness. They've made movies. But this goal is not known to most of those that follow the council, or they believe only in maintaining their quote unquote freedom, that the High King would limit anything they love. They wouldn't be able to go out and revel, assuming the worst about governments, which isn't necessarily off the mark, but because of the threat and because of the mounting forces that have apparently been building, according to this hooded figure, the Order of the Grim Scarves has been ordered to aid in the assault of Cadpar's Peak. Cadpar, Cadpar's Peak. It is the largest mountain in the southeastern half of the continent. At this time, as opposed to the current map that our campaign runs in, Asera is more of a Pangea of sorts. There is still remnants of the Ash Wars, many barren areas still at play, but around 50 years ago, magic started happening again, very sporadic, very wild, with knowledge having been lost or discarded for centuries prior. People were having to relearn how to use magic. Communion with the gods has been claimed to begun again. And so for some of you, magic has kind of still been there. For some of our older characters, we have possibly there since magic was the re-advent of magic. But as I had stated, the Order of the Grim Scarves has been aided to assault Cadpar's Peak, which is not only a holdout, if the intel is to be believed, but the epicenter for all of this. There had been a team sent before, but of course, as any movie starts, they have yet to return, and nothing has been heard from since. Having been given a directive directly from the High King Savea, the Scarves are going to travel with a large army to the mountain to assist, led by the Lord Marshal Bozer Shattermantle.
Ooh, that's a name.
That was a good, man, I was having fun with that.
That is a name right there.
Bozer and then Shattermantle.
Yeah, no, I don't even need to worry about spelling on that one.
The Lord Marshal Bozer Shattermantle.
Good God, that's great.
That's a BA name.
That's really good.
I'm kind of mad. I thought about it after the fact, but it is what it is.
Damn, that's good.
Current Lord Marshal's pretty cool. But so as your army, your forces near the mountain, there's a collection of both living and dead that bar the army's approach. Zombies, skeletons, living men and women of many races all stand in defiance of the High King. And the battle lines, where we're actually coming in, is the battle lines have actually begun to clash. You hear these screams, these battle cries, metal on metal, on bone, on flesh, that fills the air. Siege weapons, counter siege weapons, attempting to sway the battles in their favor. The Scarves, your small party of 4, are able to exploit this weakness in one of the flanks and able to enter a tunnel into the mountain. And you get into it, and at first it starts kind of gradually going downward, as tunnels do. They're either down or kind of level. They go up. I think it's more of a shaft in that case. But yeah. Anyway,
that checks out.
Sounds correct.
So you enter this tunnel, and as you're traveling down, after some time, I say some time, it's about 15-20 minutes. It is carved out for a large amount of troops and their siege weapons to pass through. As you travel this about 15-20 minutes, you see it open up, and it's almost like the inside of this cave or this mountain has been hollowed out. That this you see this high tower rising upwards into the darkness of the mountain, and below this seemingly floating citadel within a mountain, made of dark marble, obsidian. You see nothing below it, just emptiness, deep, dark nothingness. Every now and again, you might catch some bioluminescent thing, or maybe a glint of some sort of light. There is light down here. There are sconces. There are, what they call just kind of the fire pit or whatever every now and again for those that are not able to see in the dark.
Braziers? Isn't that?
Braziers, yes. I was spacing for a moment, but yeah, and around the edge of this sheer drop off, so between you and this floating citadel is this massive drop off of nothingness. Around this edge are deep purple, almost blackish crystals, almost looking like ice, that form around the perimeter. And along with that, every now and again, I say every now and again, it's probably like a 5 to 10 minute walk to each of these is a single path, going from the edge of the circle towards the citadel. There is enough room carved out along the sides that there you can see construction materials for where they must have built the siege weapons, or anti-siege weapons. This is very much a situation like in Lord of the Rings when they cleared out all of Khazad-dûm. And it's, I don't want to say a skeleton crew is working the midnight shift, but because you still see, even from your distance, it's about 75, 100 feet away is the distance from the edge of this chasm, for lack of a better word, and into this floating citadel. You do see every now and again figures walking across the wall, the outer wall and everything. So there is reason to believe there is still people in there. But the other factor kind of giving sway that this counselor is still inside is that that's this hooded figure. One of the pieces of information details is that this counselor does not leave from his tower, his spire, whatever you want to call it. But there is that one centralized figure. While yes, it kind of the buildings and whatnot work upward like bars for service, there is that one tall spire like thing going up into the darkness. So we'll say that we're going to start there. What do you guys want to do?
So, this is the Citadel, the home of those who still falter, those who still stand against our High King.
In all my years of travel, I can't say that I have ever seen anything like this. It'll make for one heck of a story.
I hate Undermountains.
We shall teach them the wrongness of their ways.
Well, what say you all? The first course of action. Dost thou have any magical capabilities to grant us some kind of subtlety under this large looming tower?
Not much we can do to help sneak you around.
No.
I don't think I got anything.
Every now and again, you hear the crack like of something falling from the roof or from a side, just crashing onto the floor below. You'll even see every now and again one falling just down into the chasm, and there's no sound below of it crashing.
Doubtless the work of our Lord Marshal, waging fine warfare in our High King's name.
Who wants to hide? What are you talking about? My sword aches to get into something for honor.
And I know you will have that honor, but we still have to get in there. We still have to find safe passage so we can enact the will.
Let us get close so your sword can get into something. Yes?
Please.
Don't make me have to bandage you up again.
DM,
Yes.
can I do an Arcana check on these little purple crystals?
Yes, you can.
Ooh. A total of 22.
They are radiating a necrotic energy. It is not unlike, in order to subdue, attempted runaways, felons, or people just trying to flee from capture. Something along these lines, not necessarily necrotic in nature, but something smaller, handheld, is used at times to subdue them. I mean, these are glorified necrotic tasers, if you want to think of it like that. Set up kind of like, you know how in warfare they create their, and I'm spacing on the word, but it's like the wood that they carve into spikes to ensure that nobody crosses or to prevent horses. I can't remember the name. It's spacing. I'm spacing right now, but it's more or less causing that kind of effect where they're pointed outwards, to just be a barrier,
Like a deterrent.
Yeah, but it is radiating necrotic energy. It doesn't so much activate as you near it. Do you touch it?
No.
Fair enough.
And they're placed
I'm
on
wise.
on the ground.
Yeah, so it's more or less where this edge of the chasm is. They more or less. You don't know if they're placed, if they're grown, if they're natural per se, because this kind of places with it, or kind of you're feeling just a necrotic kind of vibe going. I'll say, but they are kind of more or less pointed up or out or away from the citadel.
I mean, because of the edge, I would normally say mind your step, but it's double with these almost... It's hard to describe, but necrotic barricades, ballasts, the word escapes me, but I think maybe we just sidle around the edges of this chasm and find the best vantage.
Can I do a quick once over to try and see if there's like any... I'm trying to say for traps, but like anything connected to it to kind of like set it off. So basically traps.
Yeah, yeah.
22.
So you definitely Cheval de Frise is the official name. Sorry, it was bugging me. Of those things.
Where'd that come out of?
Of those things that are formed, they're like anti-cavalry obstacles. Sorry, I had to Google. But no, you can see that there's no necessarily mechanism for which to trigger aside from seemingly touch.
Okay. So it itself just being there.
More, again, a deterrent from being overrun.
Yeah.
Because, if a giant gaping hole isn't enough a deterrent, there's massive tasers.
Form bottlenecks and things. I just didn't know if it was more like if somebody stepped on one thing, they'd all go off at the same time.
No. You don't get that sense. They're very much like you touch it, it shocks you.
And if I look around, has anything noticed that we're here?
Question. Let's take a look.
That's a very good question.
Let's take a look. It's in a book. That's a hell no. No. You can. We'll say that, and these are large crystals. I'm going to say that they're about 4 to 5 feet.
Nice.
Tall, and now obviously there's some smaller ones to actually create a barricade away from. But you're kind of able to. I'm going to say shimmy, but use them as a cover. You see every now and guard every now and again on the wall. Look kind of your general direction, keep walking, kind of check, and so on and so forth. You see the guards are roving about every 5 minutes. You see one kind of come across their way and check that position.
Well, I suppose if we're going to make our way in without making a ruckus, we should probably get going. And what's wrong with scars, my friend?
There's a difference between scars and what comes before that.
The story?
Okay.
So Swift Shadow will start moving forward.
Okay.
In fact, he'll start trotting and then running and try to spring over them. How tall are they?
So spring over the. Okay, because they're actually very much like Jack had described. They are forcing bottlenecks to these bridges in order to get across.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you could sprint over, but you are going to be sprinting over into the chasm if you want to do that. It is again forming these bottlenecks, so you would have to, if you want to walk, have to go along one of these bridges.
Okay.
The walls themselves that you can see again, it's about from where you are now, about 75 feet. Before it was about 100 or so, but now you're 75 feet away from the nearest. It's not even a gate. It is an opening because there's kind of the assumption that people won't be able to get that far, or this far. So if you do want to do that and go across one of these bridges, it doesn't bow like a typical bridge. It remains solid. It's a stagnant thing, and it does look like just pieces of wood that are just. Oops, sorry.
Oh, no.
I slapped my mic. That are just kind of floating in place, stationary. But I'm going to say with his check for traps, I'm going to say it was close enough as well that, these don't seem trapped either. Just it is a pathway, and it maybe in the rush of getting people out to meet the High King's forces, if there is a defensive measure, maybe they didn't have time to set it by the time you guys came in.
Okay. I would say if it
Or
helps
maybe
too,
there's a round 2 coming. You
I
never
just
know.
have like a set passive perception of 20.
Yeah, no. As far as you can tell, like the times that the guards almost seem jumpy, like you see a reaction from them, is there's a piece of rock or whatever the stone is falls and it hits, and they think, oh, and they look and it's just
Nothing.
rubble. Yeah, but
at least they're
everyone's on
reacting.
edge.
I would say they're at least reacting to that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone's yeah.
So, that makes sense.
How are you guys going about this? You just walking across, like,
Yep.
or okay,
Well, I'm like I said, quick.
fair enough.
Wait,
He's gonna.
before Swift,
I stop.
I can offer the aid of a visual blocker. Would you like that, or would you rather we just start this?
No, I wish to see. Oh, I misunderstood. Yes, any aid you can give me, I would accept.
Okay.
Genji's gonna pull out a longbow.
Okay.
How long are the bridges?
The width is about 15-20 feet. Again, this is to get many troops if
Yeah.
need be in and out. But you do, I'm going to say even with the passive, that as you guys are starting to get on there, you see that the Citadel isn't nearly sitting dead center. It's more like listing a little bit more towards the back of the circle. There's still, it looks like, and you can only tell because the Citadel blocks, but it does look like you're at a wider section as opposed to the back gets a little bit shorter.
Okay.
So in the particular section that you're in, this is about a 75-foot span that you guys are going across this.
I can offer the aid of a fog cloud. I think the most strategic placement of this might be near the entrance of the back door.
Sounds like a great idea to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to make your way around more towards the back then? Yeah. Give me stealth checks, because even though I assume that you want to be. You don't have to. I mean, you guys being stealthy or no?
I'm legitimately
okay.
trying.
I'll try my best, but I have a plus
Clink,
0.
clink.
Yeah, disadvantage.
24.
Natural 1.
Natural 1, okay.
Yeah, that's
21.
That'll do it. I got with pluses a 6.
Okay. So
Should try to keep it down and back.
So there is, at one point you guys are crossing, and there is a guard that goes, "Aye!" And the equivalent of a flashlight starts to make its way kind of that way. It is like a beam of light, but it's not like as clean as a circle from a flashlight is. It just looks like light
It's like
being
a pointed,
emitted.
It's like a pointed lantern.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
starts moving in your direction, Jack. Jack, give me a dexterity save.
How far away is
I have a
this
feeling
individual?
I don't know you too much,
75 feet away,
but I
because
think
you guys are
Dex is
circling
one
around.
of your strong suits.
So I'll say, if anything, we're at 50. We're at that point. He's about 50 away, because you guys are circling more towards the back.
What's an old Aseran swear word?
I know
You
you
know
got
what?
I know you got a chart that has all of these.
you? What do you feel?
don't know. That's what I'm
well,
asking the
I
DM.
don't have any. I mean, shit's as good as any.
Shit is universal.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. Let's make one up on the fly. What's a good curse word? Nope, I can't. I can't do it. All right, you curse. You curse.
The Praetorian curses.
Shit!
And he just points his finger, and you see like a low arc of like runic symbols flash across the arm until you see bolts of just weave energy erupt from the finger, and I cast a magic missile at second level at the guard who just saw me because it's 120 feet.
Okay. And it's an auto hit.
Shit's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Missile's great. It's so great.
It is one of the most underrated spells ever, especially what's cast at
Guaranteed damage.
7th.
Mm-hmm. Guaranteed damage. It's free real estate.
As I see this, I'll also take a shot.
Okay.
Gotta do something.
Oh, I should have mentioned that they're playing at 14th level, everyone listening. These are 14th.
we are not first
Because stuff's
level
about to
newbies.
kick off real fast, and you guys are going to see stuff that normally we can't do.
Oh, you said, what'd you get?
I got a 12.
It's just 17 force damage.
17 force damage.
But I'm hoping because it's a guard.
Well, you you hit him, so like you hit him, and it almost like there's on this guard like walk. There is also a back, so that kind of an OSHA situation. You don't want your people falling forward, don't want to fall backwards.
Can't be that bad of a ruler.
He bounces off the back and like falls forward into the chasm.
Wilhelm
And
scream.
You get the Wilhelm scream.
Yes. Yes. Baby.
But hold on, it's the Wilhelm scream. So
It's a really quiet Wilhelm scream because he got the air knocked out.
you at that like there's moment of just quiet, like everyone kind of freezes for a moment as the scream gets quieter, and then it almost like it doesn't stop because they stopped falling because it's kind of, I've been falling. It's falling for so long. It's Traveler's Guide to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Falling for so long, it's like, well, it's gonna happen eventually.
Is he gonna come around again?
That's what I was waiting for. I'm like, oh no,
it's that situation.
That would suck. I'd want to die.
Yeah,
I just
man.
want to be killed.
Be rough.
Can someone grab me?
But yeah, after a few moments, like you do hear this pong pong, like this gong starting to go off. People, you do see people scurrying on the walls, but they're not necessarily sure what's going on. It seems like more or less the sound was heard, and because you're in a giant cavern, they're not sure what side.
They need to work
came
on their.
from.
They need to work on their
Yeah.
actual like alarm
So
system. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you guys, while they're kind of in this chaos, what do you guys want to do?
Let's move.
How close? You're moving to the back of it. So the closest in the back gets you to about a 20-foot distance from the edge of the chasm to the gate, or I'm going to say opening for the lack of a better word, for this opening to get into the citadel.
Okay.
Did you still want to pop that fog, or?
Do you think we should pop a fog?
I think they're gonna, I think they're gonna look. I think they're gonna be looking for that.
That's going to be my rapper name, by the way. Pop a
fog.
I think we should just move.
Yes.
Genji's
Before
gonna
we-
put his
wait, wait,
bow
Forget the
away.
fog. We're going.
Before we pull up on the way to the back door, can we see any of the other entrances as we're coming to this foray?
You do, and
In that instance, I look at one of the other entrances and I pop a fog cloud. Diversion.
okay. So, give me who you said you got a passive of 20.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan, and you 22, Nathan, and we got 20 at Tony. So I'm gonna say you notice the entrance, which had the kind of bridge closest to it. You see the board starting to drop from those bridges furthest away to closest.
Makes sense.
And so you pop this fog at one of the other entrances. I'm going to say that you can see 2 away because in the back it's a little bit easier.
And I do have a range of 120 feet of the fog cloud as well.
Oh,
It's,
hell yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, so you pop it and you just hear, over here! Yeah, over here! And all these guards start rushing past your guys' opening towards this direction. You do give me a perception check, all of you.
Idiots.
And while you see Gibraltar focusing on that fog cloud, you can see, or the concentration on the fog cloud, you can see on the other arm some ambient runes glowing as he's actively channeling the leave.
I love it.
A 14.
Okay.
13.
22.
Okay.
It's not good. It's a 12.
Well, it's par for the course, apparently. Not very loudly that you can discern, but you do hear like a of some heavy footsteps, large footsteps.
Pick up your feet, Gibby.
I'm excited.
But I'm gonna you guys scurry in. So as kind of a citadel, there are different wards, different sectors. In this area, you do actually catch a smell, and I'm not going to say you're going to need a perception for this, but it's almost like a smell of food burning. There are a couple different enclosures, kind of buildings around you. There's also various alleyways and pathways, kind of main ones. One looks about 25 feet or so ahead of you. It looks like it comes to a kind of a main, I shouldn't say a main drag, but a larger path through. But I'll say that as you guys do get in the Citadel, there are, even though you are in a cave system, there is still dust, and you do see a lot, what looks like a lot of footprints went your guys' way. It's fair to assume that a lot of these other gates saw heavy traffic out of it due to recent events. So as you guys come into this gate, you hear a lot of noise to your guys' right. You said it was 120?
Yeah.
Yep. About 120 feet to your guys' right.
Is there an obvious path that we could take that's a little more hidden?
There are plenty of
Covered.
alleyways. There are some like makeshift shacks and everything. Some of this just does look like it was carved with design in here, but maybe with more people or creatures or whatever that added their ranks, they had to create makeshift housing. So there's stone, there's wood, there's literal tents kind of everywhere. It's kind of a hodgepodge around the edges of this place, but where you're at specifically, it seems more like you gotta feed an army, more or less. I don't want to say the kitchens area, but every now and again you'll get different burning smells, almost like they had to go quickly. Whatever was on the stove when they had to, or the pit fire, whatever's on the spit at that time.
Yeah, the spit.
We had to take care of. They left and they had to go do their duty. But there are plenty of kind of paths, alleyways through this. But more or less here, it's just a little bit difficult because of the makeshift housing.
With that out of the way, I think, Shadow, your talents are probably going to shine here. Navigation in these close quarters.
I would agree.
So, I will move forward, looking for a path, dashing.
Okay. So as you are kind of taking the lead on this, we'll say you progress a little bit more kind of this kind of main path, or a more main pathway. You do definitely hear the clashing of metal against things. They're just, some of them seem like they're almost just swinging because they're not sure.
Fighting
Could
each
be
other.
paranoia, could be adrenaline, but you do feel, even 120 feet off, you do feel from every time like a kind of shaking in the earth, and then there's a moment before you feel another rumble, like something heavy was dug out, thrown, and crashed. But yeah, it seems like your ruse is holding up for now.
Throwing rock.
Give me a survival check, because again, this is kind of makeshift, so you're kind of using, even what feet print you're able to see.
22.
Okay. So while doing this, you are able to dictate, like, there was an area where, maybe a few people came from, or a few creatures or entities, whatever it came from. There is kind of more ahead of you as it continues forward, where a lot of feet have passed through this way, a lot of creatures, entities, whatever that may be. But from that direction is the kind of black spire in the middle, which is still a little bit of a ways off, probably I would say 200, 300 feet ahead. But is there anywhere specific you're trying to head to? Are you trying to avoid main paths, or are you trying to...
Yeah, I'm trying to find places where we can achieve cover.
Okay, sure.
Kind of sneak jump.
So kind of following along that line of thinking, you follow this like less traveled, or not as many feet have passed through, based on the tracks that are left. It does take you kind of weaving through these makeshift housings and everything. And yes, indeed, there is the burning of food and everything. At one point, you do hear from behind you, sounds like some guards or whatever kind of heading this way, be like, check the other gates. Can I get a, what do you guys want to do? If you want to stealth out of the way, if you want to confront them, it's entirely up to you. You only heard one voice saying it, though.
Oh, well.
You only heard one voice, but
we need to bolt out. We don't know
Stealth
if it's just
away?
them. Yeah,
okay, give me stealth checks.
that's what I would say. 'Cause
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
25.
Oh shit!
You roll 2 20s?
No, I would have got a natural 20 if I didn't roll a 2.
Oh.
16.
25.
I'm gonna say that just group wise, like there is that. Every now and again, your armor kind of clings or even hits your weapon.
Well, actually, my weapon isn't on me at the moment.
Ooh.
Fair enough. I lied. He looks unarmed. But
Did you forget something?
But yeah, you get in somewhere, and sure enough, like you hear ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. You see a red-skinned, horned person kind of looking around. You see them through this like crack in the window of one of these buildings, and with him, you see a creature, face like seemingly peeled away, so you see like the meat and the muscles beneath the skin, one eye punctured out on the other side and bleeding, arrow through the neck, a couple more undead with them, just brambling. The redded horned tiefling continues onward, not seeing anything, trying to kind of do what you did, Swift, and trying to suss any tracks. But unlike you, kind of getting lost in who's ally tracks and who's foe tracks. So they pass on their way. While in this structure, you do hear stifled muffles. Even like a little bit of a cry.
Swift will check it out.
Yeah, there is in one of these rooms of the structure a closet, kind of like with that has the curtain door. You pull it back and you see there women and children, small, scared, either of you or of the entities that the living are working with. But there is a little girl, just, I say little, 7 or so, just holding a dagger, shaking, standing in front of this woman and baby, just pointing at you.
So Swift will go up and kneel down and put his hands to his lips. Shh, little one.
She's
What is your name?
Gita?
Gita. We are not here to harm you. You're all right. You may put the dagger down. We will not harm your mother, family.
Yeah.
And like you see when you do reference the mother, you take a look, and it almost looked like her mouth has been sewn shut.
Who has done this to you? He looks at her.
She follows the counselor, and the counselor says that for us to ascend, we must give up some things in order to gain in others, and she chose her voice.
I see. And do you also follow the counselor?
I just want to go home. And like she starts like tearing up, and like the dagger is now kind of like it's kind of in that position of like bouncing, like not knowing to stay up or if she wants to put
He'll
it
gently
down.
put a paw on her hand and lower it so that she doesn't feel like she has to.
Jugular shot. Bam. Done.
You reach out like for the dagger, and even like the mom like arm around like seat belts around her before she just sees that you gently put it down. And she just hugs her daughter close, as well as the baby that she's holding. You do
hungry,
see
little
they have pointed ears, very fair in nature. All three of them. The smallest, the baby, looking no more than 5 or 6 months old.
We are here to help. Do you? I don't know where I got this accent from. I'm not trying to do
Sounds.
that.
Yeah, no, you're okay. It just blended into
Live
it.
your life, my
Live
guy.
my life. All right.
Yeah,
That's
chase your
just not what
bliss.
I
Live
wanted
your
to do.
other life.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I know. So, do you need any food?
Yes.
I'll sling my backpack off very quickly, open it, and give her some rations. I'm sure I have some rations somewhere.
Thank you. So you're not with the counselor? Are you with the High King? And like she
We are
like
not.
almost wants to bring the dagger back up.
No, child.
We're here to make sure
We're
you're
here
safe.
to help.
Okay.
No
Stay
one.
here. Stay quiet.
Are there
All
more?
Will be well.
Are there more like you? Are like?
Yeah. There are other kids, other families. We all the counselor said he was going to free us, and we wouldn't have to be afraid of the High King. And
Afraid of the High King. These-
no offense, but your booming voice makes her jump like instantly.
Thou not need be afraid, for the Redeemer is here to supplicate and unites us all.
This is my friend, the Praetor. He is all right. He is also a friend. He is here to help. We all are.
I have been by his side ever since we were both wee whelps. I know that he himself has fathered children, has loved his children, and loves us all, even myself, like his own child. I hear Mother loves you.
She like looks back. There's confusion. Like she can relate to Mom loves me. High King loves me? And, like, she looks back and like the mother can't say anything. But there is a disdain in her face. Whether it's from experience or whether it's from liturgy that has been pounded into her. But she tightens the seatbelt around her daughter more. As
Praetor, I think-
you're almost more afraid of what you said than than the weapon that you may that y'all each wield, or not wielding anything. But Gita speaks up. There are other families. Is it going to be over soon?
Yes.
Just stay safe. You stay here, stay safe. We will. We're gonna try and stop this.
We need to move.
Praetor, you need to read the room.
The people need example of how
Yeah, no.
to live a free life.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab
no, I
him by his
understand.
arm. And
That's
I'm
great.
just gonna pull him back. I'm gonna pull him out.
If he allows you to pull him, You want to contest that strength?
I'm standing there.
Okay.
I'm pulling you, so
So
we
I'll
can
turn to
roll
Praetor and
off.
say, we should go. Stay safe, little one. Stay safe, mother.
Are we in a wood shack?
This one is
wood.
more like it is a building. And I say kind of similar to, because I know you've all played and been to Zeragos, very Adobe style. This is an Adobe style one. There are nicer ones when you get closer to the center, but this one is very hovel-esque, but it is stone. It's more of a black marble, dark marble in construction. I say it looks rough, but that's because there are no marks that tools were used. It just looks like it was put up hastily. That's by whatever means. But there's no marks of toolage on this stone. It's very clean, whatever was done to it to create it.
Okay.
As we leave the shack, I turn towards the Grim Scarves.
We've been working together for a while. There's no need to refer to me as a grand title like the Praetor. Gibraltar is still fine.
Just trying to drive the point home. This place reeks of necromancy.
And I'll say that as you guys do leave, like the Gita pulls the curtain back, and like she's like, "It's okay, mommy. They're gonna help." And like you guys, as you guys leave,
Continue on. Same method. Looking for.
give me another survival, please.
Just
While
him?
we know.
Well,
That
if
the
he's
high-
leading, if he's leading y'all,
Okay, makes sense.
14.
okay. So, I assume you're trying to snake inward as much as can be. So you are able to do that. Give me a perception check, just because you're kind of heading this up.
11.
Okay. So you're sussing out what you can from your survival check, kind of figuring out. It kind of does at one point kind of get lost in the menagerie of footsteps. It all looks about uniform as you're getting more in toward, just because everything's looking more regular at this point. Like everything was here, it was created inward. Ouch. But after some time, you do take a peek around a corner and you see a kind of I don't want to say a courtyard, but kind of an opening of such along this stone, this marble, whatever flooring, and again the floor, the buildings, all kind of made of the same material. Very clean, as in its construction. There's not jagged, like if you were to break stone from stone, there's going to be uneven parts. Smooth. You take a peek out and you see two large humanoids. I'm not going to say, in your travels, you would know that these are giants, standing guard in front of where you're now at the spire. And the spire is easily, in and of itself, about 200 feet around. But they're standing guard in front of this huge, great swords, just kind of poised in their arms facing downward, kind of keeping vigil watch. Doesn't seem undead or anything. But yeah.
Is it in front of a door or is it in front of what are they guarding in
There
front of?
is a large two-door entrance that is closed, and then on either side, so facing outward, these two giants stand there.
Okay.
And I'm, but I would usually mystify all of this, but being level 14, you guys have seen a lot of stuff. You know these are giants. You may not know exactly what kind they are, but you know these are giants standing easily 15, 20 feet tall.
As we've been kind of like traveling the streets, I've been kind of like looking for like any like idolatry, but Gibraltar has also been kind of like thinking about it, and because of the alignment with the abyss, is there like any like religious stuff that I can spot?
No,
or,
it's almost eerie, the lack of any iconography or something like that. You would have to believe that if there's this, especially from hearing from Gita, if there's a belief system, you would think there'd have to be something. But aside from, there are banners. Banner. There are banners hanging out every now and again, but they are just jet black. There is no images on there whatsoever.
King of nothingness.
Have we seen, as we were kind of combing through behind him, have we seen any more signs of more survivors? like in like the wooden shacks and stuff like that, or
If there are survivors, they are hiding very well.
okay,
Either again from you
yeah,
or from they don't know
They
if
don't know.
you're them or not.
exactly.
But why err on the side of caution?
Makes sense.
Really, the only reason.
It's like this place is devoid of belief, devoid of direction. It's like a void. It's scary, even to myself.
A voice pierces the air. Like, hey, big boy, you just gonna stand there and keep looking at me, or what are you gonna do? And then immediately followed up like, quit egging him on, and he's not gonna do anything. He's been standing there for hours. But yeah, you just hear those voices seemingly kind of to your left, almost directly across from the stone giants. Or not
Short-
stone giants, sorry.
Shorzy?
Can I see who the voice is coming from?
You'd have to get out into the opening a bit more to peek, because right now Swift just kind of peeked around a corner and saw this. You guys are kind of looking at it from like a half circle point of view. You're looking at it from like this like a bottom side. If you're looking at the letter D, it's the bottom of the letter D you're looking in.
Okay,
That's the best description I have
that's
for playing a theater of the mind.
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
guess
if you want to
stick-
see more, you can. You would just have to step
have to
out.
risk it for the biscuit. Yeah,
Yes.
let's risk it for the biscuit.
I'll go ahead and
Stick
risk
your
it.
head out. Yeah,
You want to do it stealthily or not?
Yes.
yeah, of course.
Hey, you never.
How can you loudly stick your head out?
Hey, you guys!
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
how you. That's
I'm stealthily shouting, "Hey, you guys!"
Hey, what'd you guys say? Can you say it again?
20.
So, you do natural or dirty?
Dirty.
Dirty. Okay.
19 if you were.
I'll let you guys do it.
You'll stay back.
I need someone to comfort me. Genji, please.
He's scared.
I'm not sure how much comfort.
Bring your tune. Let us all wrestle in glory for the High King.
You need comfort. Let us leg wrestle. Anyway, so you peek out, Swift, and you see kind of sitting in the middle of this area in two cages. You see two people kind of facing towards the giants, heckling them very meanly. Be like, I could tell that you got your looks from your mother because you're not as ugly as your father and everything like that. Like, it's just, they're jokes, but they're not bad jokes to the point of be like, oh, that's a bard. But because they've had practice at this. But yeah, there's just two humanoids kind of, one sitting in their cage. The other one is heckling actively.
Can we hear this?
Oh yeah, you hear all the.
I like this one.
Making Swift Shadow take a run for their money.
And at the time, as you're peeking out, you do see one of the giants just turn their head and look right at you. Nat 20. Sorry. That's why I was like, I need to know if it's natural or dirty. But at that point, you do see that giant like turn and picks up great sword. I'm gonna need initiative.
All right.
Yeah. Let's as I'm just gonna get a notepad out for all of the things that
Natural 20.
Natural one.
let me
19.
hold on.
Evening each other.
Yeah.
So we have one big old damage tank in the front, one big old damage tank in the back.
Right?
Let me get
Squishies
my
all around.
let me get my things open here. I need to roll for myself.
What size class are the giants?
Huge, aren't they?
They're huge.
Okay. I just want to make
Almost
sure.
gargantuan.
I just want to make sure that they weren't
Well,
like large.
gargantuan's like a Trask or
Oh, I shouldn't say then,
say
then
huge.
huge.
large is I think up to 9, and then anything over 9 feet, but under 20. Is he? I don't remember, but it wouldn't be
It's huge.
monstrous.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just needed to make sure for crusher purposes.
Oh my gosh.
For your crushing.
Fair enough.
You've done enough there.
So, above 20.
24.
Okay.
25.
We're gonna have really good initiative economy.
Yes.
We're gonna be across the
we got-
board.
We got Genji, and then we got Swift. 15 to 20, or sorry, 16 to 20.
You might
Let
want to
the
go below
records hold.
10. Maybe.
Let the records hold. Did we just both get ones, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you both got ones?
Yeah.
Who is the higher deck? Well, it's going
Well,
to be...
my initiative bonus, so technically it's a 4. 1 plus 3, but
Okay.
if you want to get technical,
Stars.
but a 1's a 1. It's painful.
I will intelligently assess the battlefield before I make a decision.
Yeah, all right. We get it.
Gibraltar.
You got
I'm
to
just
warm up.
putting
You got to
them at
warm
the
up
middle.
before you get your hammer. I understand.
I'm versed in history and battle stratagems.
Okay. So, Genji, you're up with Swift on deck.
It's time for battle. I'm gonna pull out Thought Render, and as I do, you'll see green flames emit just briefly. To war.
Man.
And I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
My eyes are gonna turn black.
Ooh, dang.
And I'm gonna run straight at him.
Okay.
How far away am I? I should ask that first.
You're about 30.
Roll my eyes as
I'm
I start
running
looking
exactly
for my
30.
medical
I'm going
stuff. Just
in.
like,
Okay. There we go.
And I'm going for attacks.
Okay.
Let's see.
Swing away.
Oh, that's a miss. 17.
Misses.
You were chomping at the bit so hard to,
I
to
know.
hit.
That one will probably hit.
It's a practice swing.
28.
It does hit.
All right. So let's see. First time I've done this, so give me a minute.
Their AC is below 28.
Yeah, there we go. At least the AC is
Right?
below 28.
Hey, we got it.
We know the baseline. All right. So like, so you said like they're just standing there and they just have the great swords. They're not like armored or anything.
20 points of damage.
Correct.
Cool.
20 points.
Yep.
What? Just
10 points of slashing. The rest psychic.
Alrighty. And when you hit, you smell. You know the smell before lightning strikes or before a storm happens.
Like that ozone, yeah.
Yeah, you get that smell whenever you strike them. Nothing happens afterward, but you get that.
So, because
Not
I've
bad.
had extensive dealings with giants, would I know what that is?
Oh, that's a storm giant.
Yeah.
And you get almost a sulfurous smell from the other one before he starts erupting into flame.
Such wonderful blood.
Well, that changes things a bit.
That is a
Swift is like, I'm gonna change
dirty
this.
20 to hit.
and this. Dirty 20 will hit.
Okay.
All right, cool. We lowered down a little bit.
And this time,
Is it 20 or is it?
I'm going to spend one of my dice to do a little bit more damage.
It's a pillow. It's a pet. It's a pillow pet.
So it's going to be 15 slashing and
So it's 15.
15 slashing and
Yeah, you all.
He slipped him in. Yeah, I saw him. I was like, that's probably a good call.
Yep. I
Yep.
gave each of you 2 potions of greater healing.
Yep, I saw that.
Yep.
Thank you.
and
Thank you, DM.
17 psychic damage.
That psychic
So
damage
for
is going to be
34
pretty
damage.
helpful. One would think.
Okay. Anything else, Genji?
I think that's all 3 of my attacks.
All right, Swift, and then the Storm Giant, who had an initiative of 7.
What do you want us to say?
I'm just kidding.
What are you gonna say? What are you trying to say there?
They have the Regigigas.
Which are you
they take
attacking,
a while to
Genji?
get going.
The storm giant.
Storm giant. All right. I will aim for the fire giant.
Okay.
How far away are they?
So it was about 30 to the storm, and so we'll say it's about because it's about a 20-foot wide door, so about 50 to the fire.
All right. I'm gonna try to take a little bit of a roundabout route.
You can
but
do
I
that.
Move 65 to get around.
And remember that you do have the 2 cages out in the middle, 2 of the people, and they like see us coming up. You hit, And here, yeah, hit him again. Nice. Just like really encouraging.
All right. So he will run up, reach the staff from his backpack, spinning it,
Okay.
and I will strike him once,
Okay.
expending 2 charges.
Okay.
Oh, I already got a dice there.
It's a pillow. It's a pet. I have a pillow pet stuck in my head.
Ooh,
Now.
wow. All right. 15. That's a
Gonna miss.
great one. Yeah, I know.
All right,
Yeah.
so 15.
Oh, you
Somewhere
cracking these?
between a
Good.
Well, we're trying,
20,
yeah,
20
and
20 and a 15.
Well, you missed with an 18 or 17 earlier, I think.
It was. Yeah.
If we're
I
gonna be
don't
meta about
remember.
this.
No, I'm just trying to think in my head.
Okay.
Oh, I'm class 20?
Did you hit, roll 20?
No, that's my
Oh.
modified hit is a 20.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna hit.
Oh, good. All right. That is also 2 charges. So,
Still not that great, guys.
okay, wait. I got to do damage.
Just wait till it's their
Do
turn.
dex. Make him do dex saving throws.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Let me go through all those. Oh, I got 1.
Okay.
I know. Yep. And guess what? It's not going to do a ton of damage.
This is also a revised giant stat block I found. So
So that is 27 plus 32.
27
That's-
plus 32. And what are you
Is that
using?
Staff of striking. And I'm
Oh, that's damage or that's to
Unfit-
hit?
no, that's damage.
That's 59. Holy crap.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we are level 14.
And he gave us magic. Wand.
Jesus, I know I
Yeah,
did.
you did that.
This isn't
That's true.
This isn't even the bonus. Wait.
Eh,
Okay. Well. Anything else?
yes. Then I'm going to use as my bonus attack so I'm going to kick and a punch.
'Kay.
Also,
Kick him in the
So
shin.
ultimate
with
strike.
flurry of
Ultimate
blows.
strike.
So I'm using a key point for that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's gonna have a ton of
Oh
action.
yeah.
He's a mug.
I'm
I
telling
punch,
you,
and then I
I
punch.
want to play
and then
my
I punch.
luchador.
And then I
monk.
29
Oh, that hit.
No.
and a
Shield.
21, which I'm
They
guessing that
both
should be.
hit.
So those are each. Oh, nice. 2 1s, so but plus 10, so 12 additional.
That's not bad when even on a 1, you're
Fine.
still you're still landing those. And that's just
I mean,
for,
you did
for
72 damage.
for Whomping. That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all.
Kung Lao Mortal Kombat build over there. Anything else, Swift?
That is it.
Okay, the Storm Giant is going to take his great sword, sword, great sword, and swing it at you, Genji. Alrighty.
You're going to be
Oh,
sorely
come
disappointed
on.
when the
Oh.
healing is probably not going to match the amount of damage. It
Okay, 27 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
Yep,
man,
I
I
did it.
rolled I rolled a 9, but wait.
does. Sure did it.
So that's gonna hit. He is going to do, and this is magic. Just letting you magical
Doesn't
that you're
matter.
getting hit with. Okay, my guy.
Still have.
I thought I hit. There it is. Okay. Sorry, I gotta grab more d6s. Well, you get off with 14 damage, 14 magical slashing damage, but when it connects, I need to get, first of all, a Constitution saving throw
Okay.
as a thunderous crack
28.
meets. Well, okay, you are not.
Explain to us what was
stunned.
going to happen.
A thunderous crack fills the air. Well, it's not so much for the effect of that. A thunderous crack fills the air as you take an additional lightning damage.
So that was 14 plus.
Yeah, 14. And then lightning damage. It's going to be another 12. Disappointed
so-
myself.
13 damage.
Okay. When that crack happens, you start hearing the gongs again. Like of a warning going on. So that's going to be his turn. The fire giant is going to fight you right in front of you, Swift. He is going to, unarmed, also match you with fists.
Mm.
I think his punch might hurt more.
Okay, does a 23 and a dirty 20 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
23. Hold on. Let me look at my reactions real quick.
'Kay.
If you don't mind.
Okay.
Basically, every time he says something, I have to review my stuff just to make sure.
Let me check my laundry list of things.
Scrolling. How far? So where we are right now, how far away from where are the cages?
Okay, give me a second here. Because I'm gonna make a
Oh wait, did you? Oh, this is like, did you have a cool map?
thunder.
A little bit of thunder, a little bit of.
That's ironic.
Oh, you planned that.
I did not plan that, but actually that works out really, really well.
This is fire.
Yep, this is fire.
Okay. I can't block one of the hits, but I can block the other. So I'm going to use a reaction, and out of the corner of the alleyway, you might see Gibraltar's gullet like turn it almost into like molten metal as he almost like superheats, and there's like an exhalation of superheated metal fire as it almost erupts in a bolt across the square towards our friend Swift Shadow over here, and it forms a protective arc of molten metal-ish wings that shield at least one of the blows. As you get a 23 total AC for the turn.
Then neither of them will hit.
Okay.
Because 22 was the higher of the two.
Oh, okay.
So neither of them hit.
Yeah.
So you see, and like you see flames erupt from the fists that almost seem to like blow back, and like just kind of sits back then in a fighter pose, like a giant in a fighting pose, almost ready to go toe to toe with a monk. He's
Swift
not gonna
Shadow,
do-
as he's moving, pauses very briefly to bow ever so slightly over to Gibraltar.
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna bow at the giant, and be like jerk.
Oh, no.
But yeah, he's not gonna do anything else. He's gonna wait on that. But so that brings us to Scarus with Gibraltar.
Yes.
Gibraltar. I want to make sure I was pronouncing it right.
Oh.
Gibraltar.
So that question still stands. How close are we to the boys, to the
So
cage boys?
it was 30 from where you guys were to get to the storm giant, and that's what Genji had filled that space. So from to the cages, it's about another 30 or so.
So about 30 feet.
Yeah, because it was 50 for Swift Shadow to get to the fire giant.
Okay.
It seems like this
Gibby-
counselor is getting any races he can to
Yeah.
to his side.
Should we free the guys?
I already know my course of action. If you think freeing those two is the wise idea in this,
Okay, bye. I teleport.
6 seconds happens.
Yeah, literally. He's in the middle of talking to me, and let me go back down to what I had. Because I had it. I'm just trying to see the name. Blessings of the Raven Queen. All of a sudden, the ground underneath me kind of just like some grass comes up, and I just sink down into it. And then over by, because I can go 30 feet, right in between the cages, I pop up right next to them.
It's like you sink down in this black
Literally.
marble.
It's just like some grass and stuff shows up, but I just gloop down into it.
Man, just because the Cinemax is in my head, it's almost like when you descend down, like how in Doctor Strange, they go into like the mirror dimension. It's like if this were a camera, you'd be shifting down and popping back up, and the camera
And
would turn
flips,
and match.
yeah.
You.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so that's basically what
what's in my
happens.
head.
So in between the cages, I just kind of pop.
And they're
back
about
up.
20 apart
20 apart. Okay.
for popping up in the middle.
Yeah, and then for what is it? Until the start of my next turn, I gain resistances to all damages because of that.
Okay.
So I pop back up in between them.
Well, isn't that a neat little trick? Oh, let him be. He's doing his thing.
Do you guys want some freedom or
That'd be great.
okay? And so I'll go.
Who doesn't want freedom?
I'll go to the one that was nice to me first. I'll walk over to try and unlock the gate.
So you walk over, and it's this very fair-looking woman, like mid-20s.
Yeah. So I do have lockpicking tools, or do I? Like, obviously, it's closed.
Yeah.
So do I just need to do that then?
Yep.
Okay. Whoop. That is proficiency. Where are you? That is 15.
15.
To try and unlock with thieves' tools.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this isn't. It's not a magical block by any means. You're able to undo it, and it drops. And she, you step away, and she kind of kicks it open. Like, it was getting cramped in there. I'm gonna get him real quick if you got something else to do.
By all means.
And she goes over to the other cage and starts fiddling with it.
Okay.
You almost see like a little flare in her hand as that lock then drops.
Okay.
Yep. She popped, lock, and dropped it.
I'm assuming that was action, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else. Is that as a bonus action?
Oh boy.
Where is it? There it is.
You used your bonus action to teleport.
Yeah. Action economy. Gotta
Good
love it.
Little breath right there.
Yeah. Other than that, that is it. Yeah.
Okay, Gibraltar with one of the captives on deck.
The High King trusts Scarves, so therefore I trust him. I turn towards...
That's just your motto every time you see me do something like that?
Yes.
I can trust him. I can trust him. I can trust
That's
him.
what I just imagine every time.
So I'm going to use my 30 feet of movement to just
Okay.
join Genji at the Storm Giant. I want to get this one out of the way first. So as I bring my arms up, grasping something invisible, all of a sudden arcs of, not electricity, but like just weave energy just cracks, almost like lightning, through the rune etchings, and suddenly a large petrified mound of just wood appears, and it's just this old moss-covered maul with runic symbols, and it comes crashing down on the Storm Giant's knee. And I'm going to be using Great Weapon Master, taking -5 penalty.
That's nasty.
So it's going to be, instead of 14 to hit, 11 to hit per roll. So
Okay.
Bust that knee, bud.
oh yeah, cripple.
He's gonna have a cripple.
I'm not doing well with these first rolls at 13. So the first one misses.
Yeah.
Second.
Big bucks, big bucks.
Big bucks. Ooh, a 19 for the second one.
The Storm Giant will miss.
Really? That's crazy.
Crazy.
So as the first two swings kind of go through almost the elusive form, I'm going to instead, the gullet of my character just flashes a hot metal once more as fire erupts from the mouth, and for the third attack, I'm substituting with a breath weapon. So make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh God. Okay.
It's a Storm Giant, so I think they have higher.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I've learned to
it's
never
gonna be a
just-
12.
You have to beat a 17, so you still take 3d10.
Nice.
I've assumed to never try and memorize stat blocks for big targets because I always know people change them subtly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't even know.
When you DM enough, you're just like, yeah, I know what their AC is, but then I'm like, I got to train myself to not do that.
Well,
yeah.
this is a revised
say
one.
Storm
Somebody
Giants
gave
are
it and I
like-
tweaked it anyway.
Say Storm Giants are like 16, right? Normally, yeah.
So that's 15 points of fire damage.
15. Okay.
It's so hard going from our campaign where 15 damage would be a good hit, and then going into this where it's basically just like a firebolt in ours.
So Shadow's
got
just a
something,
72
one
and one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
72 is a good chunk, but also
That
like
would kill your guys' characters currently.
And
a couple of ours.
so, confession time, I totally boned that up. Take off 32 points of damage. That was ridiculous. I messed up
You
that
what?
staff of striking really badly. So,
So it was minus 32?
yeah.
Oh, so I
Well,
think you
no,
did the
I didn't
math
give him
for the
32
first
back to
one.
start.
No. I'm
No,
saying
I
that
know.
you didn't do.
Yes, I totally messed that up. My bad.
I mean, honesty is the name of the game.
Yes.
I mean, it's actually Dungeons and Dragons, but whatever.
I'm like, no, wait.
I was like,
that's
this
not
is
right.
Dungeons and Dragons, you silly goose. Go back to the pond.
I like the honesty. I'm going to give you advantage on one of your attacks on your next roll.
All right, I'll take it.
If I had missed the first 2 strikes, that would have been a lot of damage. Just everyone know.
Sorry.
72 points of damage?
Yeah,
Damn. Okay.
I would have actually made that much if I can do a lot.
That's why when
Anything
I when he does,
else,
I'm like, whoa.
Gibraltar?
Well, let's look at my bonus actions.
I like to imagine he's like a bullfrog, and that's why it's like.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Even say in your old age, there's probably some audible like the when you're getting up, like.
Yep.
This is kind of like a meta question,
That's
and it probably won't happen. But I'm assuming there won't be short rests between.
No.
Okay.
No.
Then
That's probably a good question to ask, and just in case we go for broke.
Yep. Okay.
I'm really glad none of us were warlocks then.
At the top, so the second figure that was released, you see him kind of stand up and like walk out of the cage and like crack his neck on each side and even like the fingers before he just blinks away. Swift Shadow, you see from above him coming down with 2 daggers. Right in his neck.
Into him?
No, into
okay, I was like,
sorry,
oh
the fire
no, I
giant.
goofed.
Sorry, the fire giant.
I gone down
To
goofed.
see, I goofed.
I was just like, biscuits. No.
But he comes down with 2 daggers into this giant's throat. That'll hit.
Nice.
And that's a nat 20, so that's gonna crit. Oh, that's gonna crit.
There's that 32.
By
back.
proxy, I did that damage.
Yes.
D6s.
Oh,
My big metal boy just rolled away. No, I got more. It's just technically because he wouldn't have known he's there, obviously.
I tried to yell out to Gibraltar, this is why the High King trusts me.
This is why I trust you.
This is why I trust. We trust each other. It's a mutual beneficial relationship.
In the background.
So
echoes that just deafening.
oh, that's gonna be doubled because he critted. Okay, I gotta roll this just for the first strike.
Well, I'm really glad I didn't set up shop first.
I'm glad Wes's the NPCs can win the fight for us.
This is actually their story, guys. This is we're NPCs. That's the twist.
The twist is we're gonna have to fight these guys in a little while.
Only one of us survives at the end,
And it's none of you.
and it's none of us. Yeah.
Nothing personality. Teleports behind you.
You were the counselor the whole time. The whole time. Pushes me off the ledge. No. Yeah, it's always been.
It's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
It's Darth Jar Jar.
Misa gonna stab you. But yeah, it sinks in.
That was Mario.
And what?
You went Mario.
So it sinks in, and the fire giant howls before the guy blinks away and is right next to you guys again. Oh, okay, all right.
That's pretty cool.
And it, I don't know if I could do that again.
No Grim Scarf for you.
Grim Scarves. And the chick like is pointing at your guys' stuff. Be like, okay, works out. Back up, finally. Genji, you are up with Swift Shadow afterwards.
Oh, that's me.
You're Genji.
We all
Oh, Darren, you're up.
out of game. Everyone collectively looked at him for about 5 Mississippis until it dawned.
Listen, I'm used to this character. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to
You
town.
said you literally created a backstory before I even
Yeah.
asked for it.
I know.
I don't know.
Doesn't
This is my guy.
mean he's ready
Listen.
to dispense it at a moment's notice.
First time playing. What are you talking about? Okay, just going for it. That's over a 20 to hit. That's a 29. 29.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay.
His left pinky. He's got 6 belts
Mm.
of giant on.
I mean, they don't stack.
He's won the Royal Rumble. So many.
14 points of slashing and 8 psychic.
Psychic damage is nice though.
Second hit is higher. Oh, I'm assuming that hits.
I want to know your number. Say it out loud.
It's 30.
There you go. Yeah, it hits.
Let's say it for the record.
Let the gods know that you can hit them.
That is 16 slashing and 10 psychic. And I missed the last one with a nat 1.
He's taking some damage on. Storm Giant is taking some damage on. Anything else, Genji?
No, I'm just going to stand here and laugh.
Swift with the Storm Giant.
All right, I will just attack with Staff of Striking again. Ugh.
You had advantage, remember?
He breaks the Avatar
I
stick.
do,
Yeah,
thank
he
you.
gave you advantage.
Because I assume 20 is not going to hit. Well, it's probably my first one anyway.
You
Oh,
s-
that's much better.
Well, the first one was 20?
28.
Oh, well. Yeah, it
I
hits.
think that was the
It hits.
advantage one. So
It hits.
regardless, I hit. I will swing again with that staff. That is not going to hit. I think an 18, right?
Fire Giant hits.
Oh, it does.
They're two different things.
2 hits.
Me.
Look at all that. That's a lot of dice. Hey, real talk really quick. That was a lot of
Well,
dice there.
I'm
What
using.
the NPC is going to do with the Genji?
I'm using another couple charges.
Ooh, oh boy.
6, 12, 14.
Man,
17.
their game is more violent than ours is over there.
Yeah,
We
really.
support Titan
That
games.
is 22 plus 16, whatever that is, 30.
38.
Don't make me
38.
mad. Come on.
And then another Kai point to do another
Flurry of
couple flurry of punches there. 20.
Fire Giant's looking hurt.
23
That hits.
and 21.
Both hit.
So another 16 plus 10, 26.
It's that video of him punching. Hey, I think you've punched him enough. Do you want what he's having? No.
It's the Hulk and Hulkbuster armor scene.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
The stance is swaggering a little bit.
And then he pauses and says, why do male squirrels swim on their backs? To keep their nuts dry.
Actually, you know what?
Turn over.
Psychic damage.
That is
He
not a
thinks
vicious
he thinks
mockery.
it's funny. He doesn't like fall over laughing, but he thinks it's funny.
Genji
See, that's-
hard stopped laughing.
That's when you need Tasha. You need Tasha's hideous laughter.
I know.
That seems.
Why aren't you putting a bard?
We don't know he multi-classed.
Because he's not laughing.
That's true.
He just deadpans.
Just delivers it then. Just dead faced.
He's waiting for that one that will kill.
You're more for the response kind of
Yes.
Yeah.
comic, not the
vicious
delivery.
mockery.
Studying
that'll end the
it's
life.
all about studying for the response.
Anything else, Swift?
That is it. I'm done.
Okay. The Storm Giant. You see him kind of like take his blade and like cut his hand. As he cuts his hand, you see like energy, electricity crackle between the hand and his sword. As his sword then becomes like this giant cackling thing of electricity, and he's going to swing at you, at your feet towards
no.
the ground. So it's not hard for him to hit the ground. He hits the ground. I don't know. I can't miss the ground. I hit the ground, but no. I need is a. I was like, why am I rolling? I need a dex save out of you.
I have advantage on deck saves.
Hey.
Well, that would have been good to know before the fact. How am I supposed to kill you if I don't know your stuff?
Except when I roll nat ones.
Yeah, I
On
see.
both of
I
them.
see it.
Oh goodness.
So the ground starts to cave below you, as then like a lightning strike from below comes up.
You dang
Man, you rolled 2 nat ones.
I sure did.
Shoot,
These dice are
boy.
going away.
Think if somebody's
You're gonna take 12 points of damage.
Reduced to 6.
And almost immediately after that, you're gonna see him get boom, 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 3 times, similar to what Gibraltar did. You see 3 magic missiles just nail the Storm Giant in the side of the head as the woman has her hand stretched out. So it is 1d4 per level.
For all your size, I expected that to hurt more. This is fun.
He gets hit.
How are you doing? You
But,
doing good?
But
Okay.
it more looks annoyed now more than anything. Like the storm giant turns to look at her, and be like, "Oh, don't talk yet. Don't talk yet." Just like a weak smile, chuckle, laugh. Oh God. But she is going to actually move. Kind of. I'm gonna say. Hold on a second. Because Wes needs to visualize this. Over there. Oh boy. Ooh, I'm glad that was a sealed bottle. My water. She's gonna move over there, and that's gonna be her turn. She didn't get much out of it. So that brings us to the fire giant with Scarus on deck. Fire giant is swaying. But not to be outdone, he starts first with a low kick towards you, just because he is also a giant. Most attacks are going to be low for him. And then he's going to follow up, like it's almost. We'll start with the foot first. Yeah, is a 25 going to hit?
Yes,
Yeah.
but because of my cloak of displacement,
Okay.
he has disadvantage.
He's disadvantage. Okay.
Hey, you're like a phase kitty.
Good on you. So I trust a 14 doesn't hit.
That does not.
Okay.
Get your copy.
He is going to follow up by placing both of his hands on the ground and trying to, like, you see this energy, this fire energy more or less, go through both of his arms into the ground. And kind of similar but different than what the Storm Giant did, he's sending these fire jets underneath. I need a dex save from you.
Oh, my favorite.
I knew you were going to have a dex save.
Sexy boys.
Ooh, 18.
Okay. You don't have advantage on dex saves? Is that monk?
Do I?
That seems really weird, especially if he gets it.
I have advantage as a barbarian.
Oh, really?
No, I just see
Any dex
that
save?
there's
Okay.
Dang.
Okay.
don't know what I do.
Well, you do make the save, so you're able to get away. You get hit by some of the heat. So I mean, it's going to be halved. All right, you take four damage. I
I'm
rolled
sorry,
two
what?
fours, and he takes half damage.
I didn't hear that. What? Okay.
You can
yeah,
take
thank
four.
you. No, I
Four.
being hissy.
Okay. And he is going to move a little bit more inward in front of the gate.
He singed your fur.
We have hair. But no, I'm just kidding. So yeah, Scarus with Gibraltar
Okay.
on deck.
Oh, man. All right. So both of the giants are a little bit closer together, and then
Yes, they are.
I'm just
They're within 10 of each other.
Oh, within 10?
Mm-hmm. That's fun. So here at Titan Games, they appreciate everybody. And there's a family playing next door, and they're playing some sort of game, and I'm all here for it. So bring
You're all here for it?
I am all here for it. They are having fun over there.
They are.
Are they playing D&D? I think they're playing D&D. Good on. Get your kids to play tabletop
That's
role-playing
right.
games.
Get at 'em.
That's
Get at 'em.
done.
Do it. My son
Raise
already
them
has
right.
dice, and he's 6. He doesn't know what to do with them, but he has them.
So do my daughters.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But that's because we're dice goblins. It's a thing.
I told my wife, I was like, what would you do if both of our kids play D&D? And she's like, I would find a hobby.
Oh, man. Yeah, that'd be rough, huh?
Because you'd best believe we're going to be like, campaigns are over. It's just me and the kids now.
All right. I'm going to move up a little bit closer.
Okay.
I mean, in terms of
You're
positioning.
fine. Because you were between the cages.
Yeah, so I'm going to move up a little bit closer to
Okay.
get more towards Gibraltar. And then I guess when it comes to that, man, everything I have is like strength saves. Strength or con saves. What?
The two things giants are good at.
Yeah, no, I know.
What?
I know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm here for the noodles.
The blank face right now.
There's just
I
a
wanna
ramen
point
shop,
that
just
out.
a guy, it's like Ichiraku Ramen from Naruto. He's just making noodles and like watching this and yeah.
Okay. All right. So basically, what's going to happen? I put my hand to the ground, and the fire giant.
Okay.
I am going to straight ahead of me. This blackish green wisp will kind of go through the marble and go up and just basically climb up his leg and start like attacking his legs. Okay. I'm doing acidic fang, so I need to do a spell attack on him.
Okay.
25 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He needs to do a con save.
Oh.
Wait, no. Nope, my apologies. That was the wrong one. He and the other one need to do a dex save.
I'm going to keep my roll from before. I naturally rolled a 4, so the fire giant got a 6 total. He fails.
Okay. So the storm
just
giant.
for transparency, just because I don't want to cheat y'all.
No, you're good.
Oh, the second one got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay.
Dirty 20.
Then that'll do it. That'll do that one.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do. So I got to roll dice. First is for the actual impact.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So he's going to take 6 piercing, the fire is, and then the second part of it is once it attaches onto his legs, it's going to explode. And that is 3.
Was that what the saves were for?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was for him, and that was for both of them.
Okay. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
12 acid damage to the one that failed, and 6 for the one that didn't.
Yeah, this giant is on his more or less his last leg since you're grabbing onto the other one with your vine. Looking really, really, really hurt. Anything else, Scarus?
That is, I'm going to leave it at that.
Gibraltar with one of our friends. I thought the name. One of our friends on deck.
You said they're basically in 10 feet of each other, right?
Yeah. You got a 10-foot reach?
I don't have a 10-foot reach, but I'm going to finagle myself between the fire giant and the storm giant.
Okay. So you are flanked. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm going to get within striking reach of the fire giant. Sure. And I'm going to first focus on the fire giant. Seeing it's on its last blade.
Sorry.
This time I'm not going to be using
Punch
the
him.
Great Weapon Master.
Punch him in the butt.
But I'm going to be using
punch.
a booming blade for the extra damage on my maul. So plus
I
4.
always love booming blade.
You guys start hearing dun, 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 dun,
I got a natural 20.
Hell
Yes.
It's about to boom.
So I'm going to roll.
Speaking of which, I need to do that.
I don't think that fire giant is going to survive.
It's probably not. I need an additional d6.
I have how many you need, my guy?
You can
Oh,
have
16. Yeah, 4 d8s.
Why do you want to hurt me, Jack? Why do you want to hurt me?
Want to hurt me?
Do you really want to make me cry? Two damage. All this rolling.
So that's 46 total damage.
Nice.
What do you said you're using Moonblade?
I'm using my +3 magic maul with booming blade as a magical surge of thunderous energy ripples through the maul as the different sigils glow this deep purple.
Like it's one of those that before a strike, you would feel the hair on your arms and on your neck just start to rise and everything. You all feel that as just I about said Ren. Gibraltar. You uppercut him with it, or
Yeah, after like missing twice, and then like I'm almost like turned around and I breathe fire on the storm giant. I'm like,
Forget I'm not so young anymore and focus up.
And as the mall is now like on the marble floor, I'm almost like running up towards the fire giant as it's now staggered over with Scarus almost entangling it in place with your withering energy. I'm dragging the mall on the ground as it's grinding the marble and the runes are lighting up and thunderous energy is just arcing across it. And just bring it up. And I'm almost doing like a jump attack as the mall collides with the fire giant's volcanic jaw.
Oh yeah, like the embers living in his beard. You connect your maul with it, and essentially the jaw just cracks off as you send him backwards through the doors behind him, and he's just laying on top of them, motionless, dead.
And because I got a crit, ordinarily with you're using a cantrip on Eldritch Knight, at this level you can only do 2 attacks. Because I got a crit with Great Weapon Master, I can do my ordinary 3.
Yep. So now you are flanking the storm. Because you got Genji on the other side.
Hell yeah.
Man, that's some strategic.
I'll show you a real storm. The storm of the High King!
As I bring down my bone for 2 more strikes.
Hey.
He's bringing the thunder.
You have advantage on because we're flanking.
And these are not Booming Blade. You can only do a cantrip attack once per turn. But you said advantage.
Yeah.
I don't think that one hits. Is 16.
No.
Unimpressive for one of them.
The High King. Oh, dang it.
But I'm guessing at least 26.
Yes, the second one will hit. Oh, no, focus back up. Oh, there we go.
Get a little carried away, yeah.
That's 20 points of magical crushing or bludgeoning damage.
The best kind.
Now he's starting to look hurt. Before he had a little bit of damage, now he's starting to look hurt. Anything else? Gibraltar.
As I'm just flanking the other giant, I'm pointing at Genji to finish up.
Okay. So first, before Genji is the blonde-haired male. Say blonde. The hair is almost more like platinum. And he is giving to. Sorry. I had to, because he can't do that. He already did that. Good for him. He is just going to go up and with his 2 daggers in hand, just kind of try and dig in to the shins and slice up. Because shins. But
I mean, when you're giants, you gotta protect your shins. Come on now.
Go for that
First one will
Achilles
hit.
tendon, man.
Unprotected shins.
Oh, it was going to be a 20 and then it rolled away. So the first one hit. Listen. So so he catches the left shin and he just goes up it just and like he realizes the second one didn't go, so he just reinforces the first one, just goes up it.
Man, that hurts so much.
And it's more it's in the bone. Yeah, but he's gonna take a bit of damage down. And this gonna be his turn. He's gonna be hanging out. So you guys have effectually boxed him in with the 3 of you facing, and then the wall behind him. Genji with swift shadows.
This will be fun. I'm gonna attack the same spot that
The shin?
the other guy was attacking.
Ankle biters, man.
Ooh,
It's like copies from Jurassic Park. It's just there's enough little
16.
What a way to go.
That misses.
Yeah, it's gonna miss.
Oh, that was a 30.
Oh, that doesn't matter either.
That misses God. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
What's the name? What's the name of the overarching deity in D&D? Is it
Nice.
Ao?
I think so.
Ayo.
I've never.
Yeah.
He doesn't have stats.
I'll say I never focus on that.
17 slashing and 8 psychic.
over 20. I'm not gonna say
It hits. I'm not gonna say.
You made him do it once. That's it.
right. And then 16 slashing and 12 psychic.
Ooh. Hey, you want to do this?
Oh,
I stole that from. I don't care. I stole that from Matt Mercer.
That's right.
Oh, I'm just literally going to go with the same spot that our little friend was going at, and I'm going to lop off. Just cut his leg straight through.
Okay.
Just blood's going to spurt everywhere.
And at first, nothing, but then the leg starts to separate.
And I'm just going to be like,
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah,
it wasn't even worth a prize.
yeah. Like he's already just so beaten, hurt, and then like the shin thing annoyed him, and then you just came in, and it was, finished him off. The storm giant kind of falls forward, and the guy kind of sidesteps up, gives the Midwestern up, and goes to the side. But yeah, we are out of initiative as you defended them, which was
We solved his giant puzzle.
it's a puzzle. They actually amalgam form and they create a mega giant.
I'm immediately going to pick up his sword.
Oh,
Giant sword? Or the
Yeah.
giant green sword?
Just pick it up.
I need a strength check.
It's a big sword.
Okay.
Isn't it like bigger than you?
Oh, I preferred the other one.
I'm still raging, so
There you go.
Oh yeah, you're a sturdy boy.
He turns into a kaiju, and
Don't threaten us with a good time.
I have that if you.
26.
Yeah, you pick it up, and it's at first you're like the tip is still on the ground, and you're picking up the handle, and you're like, okay, and
Yes.
you do notice that when you're holding it as you're picking it up, it starts to shrink until it fits for you.
Whoa!
Oh, nice.
It was a trick the whole time.
Mm-hmm. You have the great sword of the Storm Lord. This is not the Storm Lord himself, but
Where's the rest of your outfit? You noticed us when I said Grim Scarves.
oh yeah, yeah, they're dead. Yeah,
Where were you caught?
here, and she's like really kind of embarrassed about it, just kind of like hiding her head.
Here.
Yeah, we didn't get past them.
All right.
There was really only, I mean, in all fairness, there was 3 of us, so I mean the rest of our unit, 2/3 of us survived. That's good statistically.
Yeah.
On
paper. Yeah.
By the way, I'm Nyla. I'm Tomin.
Swiss Shadow.
Okay.
Genji.
Genji.
Scarus.
Scaris. Scaris.
You're good.
I am the Praetorian for the High King, Gabrati.
Oh, and they're she's gonna have a fangirl moment. She's like, it's Praetor. Okay.
He does that every time.
Pleased to meet you, Praetor. And like, and the other guy's like, hi. So, you guys here to I assume back us up. Well, what's going up?
We are here to destroy the Counselor, his citadel, and whatever remaining forces are tearing this land apart, so we may again unite and rejoice under the High King.
Or save your ass.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are either of you injured or need medical aid? Gibraltar told me I need to tell people that.
I was about to say you don't have to be so butthurt about it.
Do you
Sorry.
need help?
No. I mean, we've been hanging out here for a while, so I mean, we're pretty rested up. But no, I mean, I'm doing fine. He's like, Toman's like, I had a cut.
I'm not sure.
It looks
you
better.
want-
It doesn't look infected. Ow, it's still a little bit sore, but yeah, we're good.
I'm not sure you want.
They
that.
said they're all right.
Genji, you took a hit back there.
And I just used quickly one of my free casts of Cure Wounds for the day.
Whoa!
This is where the experience is
odd
at.
happen. Okay.
See, this is where experience is at. I'm just kidding.
It's the cutscene where you can see your little bar filling up.
So it's just going to be a measly
I'm just
6
going to go
points of
around
damage.
healing the villagers all day and gaining experience.
All right. Well,
It's free. It's free
I
economy.
must admit that this is certainly fantastic. You know, getting some support from the Scarves. I mean, you guys are legends. Hoping one day to maybe be like that and be like, no, you're fine. No, stop that. You're fine, Tommen.
I hope that there's a day that the scarves are no longer needed.
But what if it's cold?
The Grim Scarves.
Oh, the Grim Scarves. Sorry, when the whole Scarves thing completely different. My bad.
Did you get that, Shadow? I didn't understand.
And she like scratches the back of her neck.
I got
Give me a perception check.
It's higher than usual. It's an 18.
Hey, look at that.
You
Ow.
barely catch it. It almost looks like a birthmark, but you see what kind of looks like at the bottom of the hairline, underneath her long hair, a crescent with dots in the middle. Like, okay, so
Did you see she was like brushing something?
she was like,
I immediately grab her hand. Not her hand, but her wrist.
Okay, first a date, and then you can grab.
That mark on the back of your neck. Why?
What mark?
You have a mark.
Yeah, my birthmark.
Yes.
Yes,
You were born with it.
it's a birthmark. Yes.
Not this again.
I just let it go.
Okay. Do you want me to look at yours?
I have none. Except for my horns, my
Whoa, not
tendrils.
This is
Okay.
wildly inappropriate.
you. No jokes. No jokes, Shadow.
We got really close really fast.
No, the joke is happening.
Praetor, I thank you for being so keen on observation, sir.
That was an awful loud bang earlier. We should probably move.
Oh yeah. About that real quick. Any like poofs?
He poops?
Poofs.
Oh, all right.
He just
One letter
craps
difference.
himself.
He just
He poofs, and then like a couple minutes later, yeah, we need to go. We need to go right now. Wherever we're going, just go.
The tower. The quickest way if you had didn't done any scouting while you were captured or...
Yeah. We haven't seen the counselor per se, but we do see a lot of, well, not a lot of traffic. There's traffic in here. Not a lot for a while. Come out. Same people come back out. So there's there's stuff going on here. Yeah, we're not quite sure what's going on in there.
Here it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
So you guys enter and
Do we want to push the bodies off?
We're like in near the center. I don't think we can push the bodies.
Oh, I thought by the bridge. I thought it was a. Never mind. I thought for some reason it was a bridge to the door.
Between the two of us, we could probably pull a bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. I just
Between the two of
thought
us,
we were near an edge of some kind.
takes two hobbits rolling over a regular person's body.
Too strong.
So-
Very sturdy boys.
That love of the halflings will leave. It's clouded your mind. Once you guys get inside, that you realize that the structure isn't a typical column. Very much in kind of the essence of Harry Potter. There are two main staircases that are moving back and forth, but it's almost jerky, violently, as if this is a defense to keep you from
Shoddy animatronics.
Yeah. But you can also see that on various levels going up, there are what looks like doorways. Yeah. Door frames, I should say, with kind of a rippling thing going in. You can only tell that from the first floor. But yeah. Up you go.
Yes.
So I am gonna need dex checks. You can either give me athletics or acrobatics.
Is that for climbing?
I trust you're gonna be taking the stairs, or is there some other method of you guys going up?
I mean, yeah. I'm just gonna turn into a bat.
Okay. Bat. So yeah, as you're flying, as you,
Yeah. Yep.
he Ozzy Smiths himself, or not Ozzy Smith, Ozzy Osbourne himself. I saw an Ozzy Smith license plate on the way here. As you're flying up, you notice it is the same on each floor. There are two, kind of in the western and the eastern sides, two door frames that seem to be like kind of a rippling effect.
Okay.
But there, you seem to reach a point in the ceiling where it does not go any higher; it just stops. There's 7 floors worth of these doors. 7 floors of doors. But yeah.
Okay.
So
All right, acrobatics.
Say I'm chilling with them at the moment.
so because of how quickly and jerking these stairways are moving, it's more or less either being able to maintain your hold on the stairwell as it moves, or being able to jump or move from the stairwell to stairwell.
And ladders,
Because
How many tickets
it
did
is
it
very
cost
much
to take
one where
this ride?
on every floor there is a landing that circles around to each side, but to get up to that you have to take these stairs.
I'm just manhandling the stairs.
Oh.
26.
They feel assaulted.
Just
Yeah. So what did you roll then?
26.
Oh yeah. So
Well, I do. If it helps, I do have blind sense.
29.
just in case there's anything invisible.
no, nothing invisible.
29 acrobatics. so
29
I'm just
acrobatics?
Balancing.
I got to make sure that's
30
known because I
athletics.
was like,
So while Genji thinks like he's doing a really great job, you just then see like Swiss Shadow's like just jumping all over, and then Praetor almost seems like he's just walking. Just up the stairs.
all business.
Just
Gingerly
doesn't
with it's a 30. I mean, kind of cap out when it comes to DCs. But yeah, so you're able to reach any. I'll say that with those rolls, you're able to reach any floor. There is just a center that's just empty. So the spire is made from the outside walls. There is no supporting central structure within this. So you have 7 floors with 2 doors on each floor. What do you guys want to do?
I can only squeak.
I
Go for the top floor?
well, while this is happening, I will ambiently having a detect magic channeled. So I'll have an orb of 30.
Doors are flashing.
Doors are alive with magic.
And while we're moving, I'm going to work on my sense and I'm going to cast Speak with Animals so I can talk to you.
That's my man.
I love it. I love it.
What school of magic?
I'm getting that right now. It is. Why don't I know off the top of my cuff?
It seems a bit obvious to go in the top floor.
That's how they fool you, Shadow.
Exactly.
Don't buy into their dirty tricks.
That's what
These
I mean.
heathens will do anything to destroy peace.
Something to ponder.
It is technically conjuration.
Be wary. Thou'st doors bear the mark of conjuration magic.
As we ponder this,
You hear a
what
theremin
is-
just.
What is the difference between ooh and ah?
10 feet of a drop?
About 3 inches.
Oh, you were in character. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes.
While we're moving, and I'm ignoring that joke, I'm going to
Kinda
try
make-
and really listen in as we're going, see if I hear anything.
You hear kind of a faint hum from each of these doorways.
It's
It's
me.
all
I'm
the same. It's
chanting
uniform. And then you hear the squeak be like, hey, there's nothing else up here. I'm gonna force a decision out of you guys.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I can't open doors.
I'm going to kick open
No,
the door.
it's door frames with it rippling. There's no actual doors. It's just door frames with rippling.
But it's almost like a rippling barrier.
I hate
Like a
that
veil.
even more.
We can see in there?
Doesn't look like there's anything on the air side.
No.
So
Hey.
seven floors, 2 doors each?
Yeah,
Damn, can't even roll that evilly. Or equally.
Genji, no.
do it. What would Brian Boitano do if he
I'm
were here
telling
right
you, no. That's a no.
Second floor on the left. That's where Swift Shadow is heading.
Second floor on the left, so the western side. You walk through, and it's almost like you step through, and you've lost your step as you now.
Or left side.
Ascaris now sees out of nowhere Swift Shadow materialize and start dropping down the center.
Of the
spire.
tower.
You step through his door and starts dropping.
The
How
ding-a-ling.
high is he?
Your 7 floors up.
7 floors up.
So
You have your mug full, right?
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
That's why I'm just going to let it.
yeah, yep.
Superhero landing.
He Black Widow lands with the hand down. Spider-Man's it. Okay.
Cat always lands on its
What
feet.
next?
That's right.
Picking up
Well,
the door.
if they're all falling, maybe Swift Shadow should repeat this experiment.
That's if
What fun is that? And I'm gonna
tell
pick
tell
the,
yeah. Oh man. Okay.
the west side on the 3rd floor.
Okay.
I'll go
You
through.
pop out on the 4th floor on the east side.
Are you doing it?
This is a
Are you
Benny
going
Hill.
through, or
This is a
you
Benny Hill trick.
picking the door
By
It's
for
a
me?
Luigi's
through.
mansion.
Oh, okay.
Leave it alone.
I'm mapping it out. Don't worry.
Huh. That was interesting.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk straight forward through the next door.
So that
So,
took you
4th floor.
4th floor. So you, I gotta
Wait,
make
you
sure.
went where?
It puts you on the 3rd floor on the west. It literally, or sorry, wrong door.
He went in 3rd
wrong
floor
door.
west side.
You went 3rd floor west side, popped out on 4E, and 4E you popped out on 7 west.
7 west.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you just go backwards? Go back through that door. Just back up.
This isn't fun at all.
Just back up.
I'm going to.
You pop out on the 2nd floor west side.
Oh no.
Okay. Don't walk through this one.
Damn it.
Walk through the other one.
I'm just gonna turn around and walk back through it.
So 2nd floor west side, you drop down the center.
Oh.
Woo!
7
Are you gonna
floors.
catch yourself?
I did warn him.
You what?
What you
I
gonna
did
do?
warn him.
You did.
I will use
What fun is that? Is what he said.
So it's different, even if you appear out.
psionic leap, and I'll stop dead as I'm falling.
Nice.
Hopefully at the end.
Okay.
I gain a
I just want to
flight
point out it's
speed.
1d6 for every 10 feet.
Yeah, it's just he's
So,
stopping himself.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
So I'm just-
Okay. So
you
yeah,
got?
you just. Well, there was a really cool landing. There was like a. Ho, 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 ho.
All right, Swift Shadow will go in 2nd floor east. 2E.
Pop out on 5e.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go in 5E.
Pop out 7e.
7E.
Did we do 7 west?
Yeah.
Yes.
7e takes you to 1e.
All right. What door haven't we tried?
That's what I'm trying all of them. 1E.
1e takes you to 3e. That's coincidental. I was not
3E?
planning that.
These are all
3e.
untouched.
You go to 6 west.
6 west. All right. I'll go in 6 west.
I am going to railroad you for 20 minutes. No.
No, that's
Six west takes
Genji.
you to
Why don't you
6
ask
east.
the other people if they have any thoughts?
And we've been in 6.
Like the other 2. Not these 2. Not our 2.
So hop down to 5 west.
All right.
3 west.
Any thoughts, you two? And I'm gonna look at the people we have with us.
I mean, it almost
We're having
seems
fun
rational
watching.
that there's 4 of you and 2 of us. That's 6. So if we all went in one side on a floor each and someone doesn't pop up, hypothetically, that door or the other one, well, it'd be that door.
We almost have all doors mapped.
Okay.
Let's try 1 west.
5 west.
We done that one?
Let's try 4 west.
Walking in,
Who's going through?
me.
You disappear. You don't pop up.
Follow him. This is our last door. Goodbye.
Oh, all right. And the other 2 just kind of follow in.
I guess. Squeak, squeak. Squeak. No, it's
Pop
no,
my
it
head
is deep
back
bear.
through.
Squeak, squeak. That's literally
Squeak,
It's this little bat. that just-
squeaking.
Squeak, squeak, and just floats through.
He cronks it.
Squeak, squeaking.
Gibraltar, you going too?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So when you arrive, you are in this kind of antechamber. Across the way, you see a single stairwell going up. You hear faintly the sounds of chanting. Above in the center of the room, you see this large ruby jewel embedded in the ceiling. And around it are kind of glyphs. On the floor below, there are glyphs spanning the entire room. They all look look like pressure plates.
Can I use my Arcana skills in my history and runic symbology
Mhm.
to help ascertain
the meanings of the symbols.
Yeah, so there's 6 different symbols up top, but you're seeing 7 on the floor.
Is 7 all right? Oh, sorry.
You have to say what happened.
He's
to
having
Joe.
a split personality thing kind of going on. Now, is that? I'm sorry, Tony. Is that intended to look like an Iron Man
Yeah.
bottle thing? Okay, cool.
Marvel
I mean,
Corpsicle.
Okay, okay, fair enough.
Nice.
Can I at least
amazing.
ascertain the meanings of the ones above, and then try to match them with the ones below, and the one that's because there's 6 on top and 7 on the bottom. So I'm assuming
So you're able to determine which the 7th one does not match. These symbols. Anyone can anyone read Abyssal?
No.
Languages.
Speech, Undercommon. Nope.
Unfortunately, Uncommon, Draconic, Elvish, and Undercommon.
This is the only time where we all get to say what we can
Can't
speak.
read it. Tommen kind of gets down on his kind of on his side, be like, he sits there for a long while and be like, okay.
But we hear chanting.
I don't know. And I was like, I'm not even gonna attempt.
What if we just break the big crystal thing?
We hear chanting somewhere, right?
Faintly coming from the direction of the stairwell.
Well, before we make a rash decision, I will point out that there's a 7th symbol on the plates below that don't match the 6 above.
So wouldn't that mean, Genji, wouldn't that mean we would want to step on the symbol that's not there?
Bad boy says step on the symbol.
That's not there. I'm telling you to say to finish the finish it all. Squeak, 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 squeak. Big squeaking.
I thought you said bad boy. I'm like, okay.
Squeak, squeak. Squeak.
So
All right, stop squeaking in my ear.
You chose to speak with animal.
So what did he say?
Don't remember what it is.
Oh my god. Wow. Squeak, squeak. I'm just angry squeaking. Swear. There's 7. There's 7 symbols. There's only 6 up top. So if they step on the 7th, the one that's not up there, maybe that will be the safe path.
it's a 50-50.
I mean, I'm not gonna have. I'm being real with you, Genji. I don't have to stand. So
He says the 7th symbol should be okay.
toss something on.
That's actually what I said.
I know,
said
but I
it.
said it as a bat, Genji.
Genji doesn't understand common, only understands
He
max.
speaks with animal though, Genji. Right?
I'm gonna take my longbow out and shoot an arrow at the symbol.
At the 7th symbol,
Yeah.
I mean, you shoot the arrow. It just doesn't have enough force, like something stepping or being set upon.
You gotta like
Here.
put something heavy on it or something.
Swift Shadow will go and spring onto it.
For the moment, there's a slight depression, and then nothing.
See?
I just like putting that 50-50 in your head, be like, oh, we're screwed.
In my head, I was like, I don't have Revivify. I was like, man, now's probably not the time to mention that. Squeak, squeaking.
Keep going.
Big squeak,
Yeah,
squeak.
so you are able to kind of, and it's not huge leaps or anything. They're put out, but in a manner that you're able to traverse. Everyone is able to traverse easily, but I do want dexterity checks just to make sure you don't overjump, underjump. So bats flying across. As you get over there, especially with your sonar ears, you're able to hear more distinctly chanting coming down from the
I
stairwell.
alert
Like an
Genji.
acrobatics? Or just a dex check?
Dex check.
Give me.
Yeah,
It's
same.
it's gonna have to be acrobatics. Yeah, sorry.
19.
Just
Also
acrobatics.
19.
This isn't gonna be good.
What'd you get?
19.
People behind me must think I'm crazy.
Before I make this decision, I mean, there are walls to the chamber, right?
Yeah.
Do the walls have any symbology on them?
Ooh, that's a good point.
They have the glyphs on them. The 6.
Oh, biscuits.
Oh, the walls only have 6 and they match.
That's on the ceiling.
Damn.
Walls are a no-go. Squeak, squeak.
And the ceiling too.
The entire time.
The entire ceiling has the 6 symbols too.
So when it comes to the ceilings and the walls, it's more or less like a section of the ceiling has one symbol on it. The section
Squeak,
has
squeak.
another sigil, and so do the walls. It's not so much for, well, You can't infer anything from that. That's just what it is. Each of the walls has a singular sigil on them, but there's only 6 total along the different walls that are being used. Same with the ceiling. No.
They're the things that activate.
No. I'm not confident in my ability to safely traverse.
Could I pick up our friend Gibraltar and try and do this?
That's not a wise idea.
Genji, throw him.
I could also throw you.
I was going to suggest I cast spider climb on myself and walk across the walls.
I'm gonna pick it up.
I refuse to be picked up.
Contested strength rolls.
Pick him up. Pick him up.
Is it just strength?
Mom strength. Do it.
Strength.
Do it, Genji.
Ooh, 24.
30-20. You win.
Yep. So, because you're arguing, I need a dex save out of you now. Because you are arguing over pulling him up and him forcefully pushing you off.
Man, those 2 other people must think we're just nuts.
They're across.
That's what I'm saying. I'm floating above them, just squeaking at them. And they're arguing about getting picked up.
30-20.
You almost like if you had stepped back anymore, you would have hit a different plate. But you're kind of in the safe opening area. Yeah, the other people are like, we're gonna do what the monk did and just hop on what he did.
Fine. Overcomplicate it. I'm gonna leave him.
How can you overcomplicate stepping on? Oh, you mean
What would you like to do,
Gibraltar?
Yeah.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
These runic symbols on the seams of my leg guards glow, and I start walking on the ceiling. Not on the ceiling, but the wall.
Sure. So yeah, while everyone's hopscotching across, and like maybe Genji's a little bit butthurt that he couldn't lift up the Dragonborn, you traipse along the wall around the circle, like the circumference of it,
That's pretty cool, though.
and just
Not gonna lie, Genji.
All right.
Sorry, I was doing a Taylog voice there.
You're not wrong.
It's the Dragonborn voice.
We all sound like this.
We all sound like this.
You just hear squeaking.
But yeah, as
squeaking, man.
as everyone else kind of gets over there, they hear the chanting louder. Tony, you're hearing, Scars, you're hearing it a little bit louder, obviously, because you're a bat. But there's only one stairwell up. And yeah. Obviously going up. No, we're going back.
Why not?
You walk up, and this is more circular. It is about a 15-20 minute stairs going up. There's no portcullises. There's no windows out. Just wall walking. You're walking up.
I'm just gonna land on Gibraltar while we're doing
The
this.
chanting gets louder and louder. You finally get to the top, and it's kind of a completely open top. Think top of Isengard without the little spike things on the side. It's just a flat top where there are 3 figures. You see another 2 giants kind of seated cross-legged, crisscross applesauce position with their knuckles, with their fists together. And above them is a figure clad in a gold robe, flying, chanting, and above them, even higher, is a black orb, slowly growing larger.
As we're walking up the stairs, I'm going to pull out my sword and shield.
Okay.
I'm still just sitting on Gibby.
They're not paying you any attention at the moment. They're doing what they're doing.
I'm going to whisper. So, we just going and swinging?
Just
They
start
don't
hearing,
seem to take notice of us.
start hearing dicka-da-dun, dicka-da-dun, dicka-da-diddle-diddle. No, I was kidding. As it stands right now, either they don't notice you or they are choosing not to acknowledge you. One of the two.
How high is the robed figure?
The robed figure is about 20 feet above the giants, who even seated are about 10-ish. Because these are larger than the giants you've just been fighting. And so, yeah, he's about 20 above their heads, and then another 30 above is the black orb.
Counselor, cease your futile chanting and channeling the unknown. You try to unite people for a greater evil, while the High King unites the people for a greater peace, something that transcends this meaningless war.
How dare you come here, speaking of high kings and ideals, when all that is sown within the people of Asera is darkness, abyssal black darkness.
And it's at this point that he turns to face you all, and there is no face aside from two glowing yellow eyes, pupilless, but there's almost like inky black. I hesitate to call it smoke because it's not behaving like smoke. It's kind of like the Aether from Marvel, from Thor. It behaves more like that, how it's moving around.
Yeah.
And out of its, where its arms are, similar, but you see four bulbous things with mouths that open with rows of teeth, just kind of like just opening and closing, facing at you. The giants slowly stand up, and not simultaneously. They smash their knuckles together, and you see runic sigils start crossing their body. Some of them not unlike what you have on your own stuff, Gibraltar.
Do we have an idea of the giant type?
You've never seen this type before. They are purple, and I say they're purple, like deep purple hair, but like more of a purple hued skin. Kind of a rose lavender colored eyes and their irises. But they're have gone completely black once they activate that whatever they have done. Charged right in. We're rolling initiative.
Yep,
This is what we're doing. This is what you're here for, right?
I mean,
This is what the kids are for.
was the goal.
A little better.
A little better.
A little better. I mean, anything's better than a 1.
Make
Yeah.
yeah, isn't it?
Literally.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Didn't roll as good. This
How
time.
far away from the floor is
Me either.
who I'm calling the counselor?
Count
He would be about 35, 40.
Okay. I'll pull him down something.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta type this in.
If we had a battle master with tripping strike and a ranged weapon, Renry,
Right?
Renfrey. He's just here. What?
I think our regular characters would be.
I almost
they
thought
would
for
wipe the floor with
for
us.
the briefest moment, Wes, I was going to try and talk you into letting me just play Felix because I just
From a different time?
From different time, yeah.
That would have been cool.
Fucking quantum leap. What time is it? No, the year. No, the year. Is this Asera yet? What? No, never mind.
Felix is in the past, but it's the future.
Okay.
Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay, I need everyone above 20.
Oh.
Sadly, no.
Okay, 16 to 20.
16.
17.
Okay.
One ahead of me again.
I know.
It's meant to be.
Okay, and then it'd be 11 to 15.
Yeah. What'd you get? I got 13
All right.
also.
All right.
Oh, but that was with my initiative. So, our initiative bonus. So it was 10 plus 3.
You'll go before me because I have 0 initiative.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm writing all this down. Scaris, and then we have Gibby. Sorry.
And here comes Harold Hill.
Have you heard of a fellow named Harold Hill?
I think we have. We just don't know.
It's like Tom
Does that
Bombadil.
work out? Okay. Excuse my language. So.
Excuse my language.
Oh my. Okay, so top of the key is going to be Genji with Swift Shadow.
So I'm immediately going to rage.
Wow.
Because that's what I do.
How many times a day can you rage?
Enough.
Isn't it
asked
like
a question?
It's
Isn't it
three.
like, I was gonna say,
Okay.
it's,
I can only do it 3 times.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
especially because we don't have rest.
I'm keeping track. Don't worry.
Well, I need me to keep track too.
And I'm gonna run in. How
How far away from them are we?
You'd be about 40.
Okay. And so I'm going to go my full 30.
Man.
And are they within 30 feet of each other?
Yes, I would say they would be.
Okay. I am going to slam my sword into the ground.
Okay.
And a massive see-through green emerald dragon head is going to shoot out from it.
Oh, cool. His ultimate. Yeah, I got you.
And
He hit R1, L1,
Yeah.
L2, R2 all together.
He built up enough charge from the last fight, so yeah, that's why he's starting.
I've saved my meter.
Yeah.
You got to soft reset that
Popping
so you
ult.
can look up the codes again.
My
and it's
ult
going
is
to
ready.
shoot out a dragon's breath. So I need everyone there to make a dex saving throw, DC 16.
What is it? Is it a cone? Is it a what?
It is a 30-foot cone of destructive energy
Kamehameha.
From you.
Kamehameha.
from me.
It will not hit the counselor.
Remember, he's up in the air.
Well, I was going for like the heads of
Oh, okay.
them and then
I'm sorry. What do you need again?
dexterity.
Up.
Nat 20.
Oof.
Fail.
Hey, you know what? Use all these nats now, so on Friday you got nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
16.
It is a 16.
2 saves and a fail.
Uh, 10, 22.
It was one of the giants that failed, by the way. Oh, sorry. I'm just for transparency because I know that I'm keeping overcheck over here. but
33 psychic damage.
33
So,
seconds. Okay.
Oh boy, that's a lot of psychic damage. It's all in his head, literally.
it's a decent amount, yeah.
Yeah, psychic damage, man. It's nothing to scoff at. Not a lot of things have psychic resistance.
One of the giants is going to reach out his hand, and as he does, your cone spits out, and you almost see him like into his arm, and his arm is now more lit. No damage is done to anyone.
LIT.
All right.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Interesting.
And that's his reaction.
These counter ults. It's baloney.
I'm going to look at him and go, you're first. And that's going to be my turn.
Bring it, sweetheart.
I have my turn in defense mode.
I keep this card face down.
Your move, Kaiba.
That means I win, Kaiba.
Banish you to the Shadow Realm.
Because I have the heart of the cards, which influences probability.
That's
All
where
right.
I've heard Gibraltar before.
Anything else?
It's
Kenji?
Yugi.
It's Yami.
Oh yeah, damn it. Ah,
Pharaoh.
biscuits.
So nothing else, Genji?
No, that's it.
Okay, so Shadow with the counselor on deck.
All right. He moves his arms in some odd circular patterns and goes, "Ha!" And fire shoots out. No, not that way. Not that direction. Forward. No. Fire springs forth. Fireball, basically. But he uses his key to cast a fireball.
I cast
Yeah.
casted fireball.
This is the first time we've ever played a fireball.
So
in
actually,
this.
similar to what he tried, I'm going to
That
try to
is,
catch all
'cause I
of them,
didn't
but
have
I'm
it.
certainly going to catch the
If I had
counselor
fireball, we would've-
in the top of
we
it.
would have known.
And if I can get the other in the giants, then I will do so.
Okay. The other giant reaches out his arm in similar fashion.
All right.
Lights up. His reaction is
You
used.
drank your milkshake.
Question:
Drink my
is the
milk.
reaction to absorb spells or just the
The energy.
Don't
because that's
really
a
know.
key attack, not a spell attack.
True.
Yeah, and yours isn't either, right?
Mine isn't a spell.
Yeah, those aren't
either.
spells.
It's a breath weapon.
Oh, well, then they would. They are. Sorry, I apologize.
good.
So you're 33 kicks.
Because I think that's important clarification for decisions going forward.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like, there's spells. I was like, man, the fact that it's just absorbing it, I was like,
Sorry. So yeah, go ahead and do your thing.
Do you
I
need fireball
apologize.
dice?
I do not. I have fireball dice.
I apologize.
And I cast fireball.
So neither of their arms are exponentially lit.
That's disheartening.
But we did damage.
So don't cast spells. Says the druid.
So go ahead and do. Are you going to do yours first?
I already
No,
did mine.
he did
Yeah.
33, so I
okay.
added that back on, and then
Okay.
I halved it for the ones that saved.
That 33 just killed everybody. We win.
They're dead inside.
They're dead. Well, I mean, we already knew that.
I think the DC's 16. So it'd be a dex save DC 16.
2 passes and a fail.
20
Counselor failed.
26 or half.
Ooh.
26. And then it'd be half on the other one. So that'd be 13.
And then I'll use movement to get up near one of the giants, the one on the left.
Sure.
And
I'm doing it from my point of view. So the one on your,
well,
the one facing you guys. So it's gonna be B. Yep. Yep. The red ones are my boys, or my my NPCs.
Oh,
So
those are. I got
yeah.
you.
The ones that match over here are my baddies,
Gotcha.
with counselor in the middle. The one over there are my 2 NPCs, Tommen and
Jerry.
Somewhere in there.
or
I don't know
Tommen and
what-
Nyla.
Tom and Jerry. Yeah.
That's it.
15 more HP. No, I'm just kidding.
Probably around
Only 15.
here.
No, I said 50.
Oh, I thought you said 15.
I'm just kidding.
I'm somewhere around there.
How big is this entire platform that we're on?
Well, it's about a 200. It was 200 round
Okay.
section that you were in. So
Cool.
yeah, it goes up. So you got plenty of space. But okay. So Shadow, anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, it is to the counselors. Counselor, sorry. There's not more than one. There's only one.
Hold
Um,
forearms.
Let's see. Oh boy.
Forearms was my nickname back in training camp.
You.
Because of my strong grip.
It's like he had 4 arms. You get it?
I can't say anything.
For nothing else.
He's gonna cast confusion on. You're the one that did more damage, so he's gonna cast confusion on Genji. So give me a second here.
You damage yourself.
Yeah.
Counter spell.
What level?
I only have a 3rd level because that's
That's the way it goes.
Eldritch 9.
I forgot you have that.
So the DC is 10 plus the spell's level,
Okay.
and that's what I have to beat.
Yep. It is 4th.
And I think it's just a flat roll, right?
You add your.
So you have to beat a 14. Is that what you're saying?
I have to beat a 14.
So 15 or higher.
But I don't think I add anything, right? I think it's
And
just straight up roll.
so I thought it was intelligence modifier.
Well, it's your spellcasting
Yeah,
modifier.
spellcasting modifier, so intelligence.
Oh shit,
Sure.
okay. So
Eldritch
it's going to be
Knight.
10 plus 3. No, not 10 plus 3. It's going to be... I'm rolling.
I was gonna say, I was like, that's gonna be a really good chance to stop it.
I have to beat a 14, you said?
Yeah, 15 or higher.
Oh, I have 15.
Yeah, because 14 is matching. You have to beat it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
15 or
I
higher.
thought match.
No.
Oh shit, 19.
All right, so he reaches out and like one of the mouths opens and you see like this kind of like how you don't really see spider senses, you just see waves. That's kind of how this starts heading towards Genji when you cast your counter spell, and it just fizzles out, and like both the counselor's face and the tendril face turn and just hiss at you.
And I imagine like the runes on my armor almost like go black and match
Sure.
the giants. And
Yeah. No, that perfect. So with that being killed, I don't think.
We need to keep our barbarian up.
Yeah, and not attacking us. Well, sorry, you can't talk. Squeak, squeak.
I understand body language.
On your back.
That's going to actually be it at the moment for him. He's just gonna sit where he's at, and then go back for a moment to kind of chanting. Scarus with Nyla on deck.
Have a little powwow. Okay. All right. So
When as he chants, I'm gonna say on his turn, it gets a little bit. That black orb gets a little bit bigger.
Yeah. So I'm still a bat on his back. Yeah, squeak. I'm just gonna pop.
Squeak.
I'm gonna pop out of my wild shape form behind him.
No, not that.
I'm sorry, you said it was low.
Abracadabra.
Blee.
I am a bat.
Blee. So I'm gonna pop out behind him. And hold
Pop out behind who?
him. 'Cause I was on his back.
You need to say because we're a podcast.
I've said it before.
Gibraltar. I'm just kidding.
I'm repeating. I'm on his back. I'm popping off and changing back. Then I'm going to point my hand up at a good old hooded counselor, and he needs to give me a strength saving throw.
His highest stat. I'm just kidding. It's gonna be a fail no matter what it
Let's
is.
say 18. Does he beat an 18?
No, he can't beat a 4.
Cool.
So, I'm just kidding.
I have my hand on his back while I'm bracing it. My other hand's holding up, and I reach up, and from the ground underneath him, black tendrils and like oily stuff just come up as I do. Whoa, go back down. It is Earthbind,
Which is a spell.
which is a spell.
And will get absorbed
Cool.
just
All right.
by one of the giants.
Awesome. And then in between both of them, the ground starts festering as black ooze and nastiness forms as now it is been cursed. It is now, where is it? What's the name of it? Oh no, defiled ground. A 30-foot radius.
Okay.
So they're gonna have fun with that. It's now difficult terrain.
Okay.
So
This guy's got abs for days.
good.
Sorry.
I
Just a
hope
picture.
so. I hope so. All
Okay.
right, that's my turn.
All right. So it's going to be Nyla with Gibraltar in the wings. So Nyla, knowing kind of the situation this is. Ooh. Okay. Is going to sorry, I gotta see this many slots. Is going to cast you see her mutter something. And then above her head, 7 motes of light looking like stars appear. She sends one of these motes right towards the counselor. And I gotta use a spell attack. She casts Crown of Stars. But nat 20! Woo! Yes! I did a good thing for once for you guys. Sorry. I got
It gets
excited.
absorbed by the other giant.
Oh God, yes, they would. No, because the spell did not. The star is not the spell. The star is a result of the spell.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
She casts a spell 6
yes, yeah. So 12.
By Zanchanka Savannah.
Wouldn't by that logic then the Earthbind work? Because it's just a save. The spell I'm casting is.
But you cast a spell at
Oh, okay. I thought
target-
because it's a
yeah.
saving spell, it was different.
Yeah, so she cast a
My
spell
bad.
on herself.
And then that does it.
and then shot
Correct.
the-
Never mind. Thought process.
Shit.
That makes
it's like
sense.
we cast a fog cloud at that location.
Yeah. Target location for it.
That was just
Correct.
fog.
1.
That makes
And
sense.
that's radiant damage. So she is going to do 41 radiant damage.
Hell
I rolled 3 12s.
I repeat.
Zanchanka Savannah.
And even it's like the counselor tries to change their form to avoid this mote of light and still get hit by it. And the hissing you hear is not then from the counselor, but like almost whatever flesh might be there just singeing or burning because of that.
Nice.
Well, that was a good thing. That was a good thing. Keep up the good work, everybody. Doing great, fantastic. That's all she says. Gibraltar.
Keep doing that.
Okay.
Should the need for the
6 more.
should the need for the scarves remain, I will ensure that you have a place at our side.
Oh, thanks.
As I pat my chest and the entirety of my body armor and tartan just glow a green, and I cast haste on myself.
Ooh, well, yeah. If there's gonna be any time to use haste, yeah, this would be
now.
it. Yeah.
So arcs of weave like lightning crack around my body, and there's like almost like a kinetic motion of my visage like vibrating as I am also at 20 AC now.
Woo!
Nice.
Woo!
My movement speed is doubled.
Mm.
So at first, just going to match where Genji is, almost like in a flash. And how far away am I from the counselor?
He's 35 up. You went by Genji. So ultimately, it'd be about 50. And I apologize because she casted. And this is for me. Crown of Stars at one level higher than 8th because she gets 2 more motes for every slot above 7th. She went from. She actually had 9 motes and went down to 8. Sorry.
Oh. 8 more of those.
She kind of wasted. I didn't realize that. I kind of wasted an 8th level. On
So
that.
from the beginning of the room to where I met Genji, how much movement speed do you think that was?
I want to say that you guys were able to close some distance before you challenged them. So I'm going to say that you have your full movement because initiative didn't kick in until after you.
Right, but I started in the room back with Nyla and everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And how much movement speed do you think it is to match Genji?
That was 30 feet.
So I have 30 feet left with haste on. With my strength at a 23, how good do you think my leap is?
I'd say it's pretty fair. How heavy is your armor? Do you have a disadvantage on athletics?
I do have.
I'd say it'd be a disadvantage. I'd say. I guess what are you intending to do?
My intention is to, because at a regular distance, even if I'm under the counselor, I can't reach them. So my intention is to get under them with a leap and close the distance to be able to use lightning lure.
Do you have the feat that allows you to jump more than? Because I think there is literally a feat of jump.
There is, but I also think leap or jump can be calculated with like
Leap is leap is distance and like how much you're moving, and it's like athletics or something.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, let's go for it. I'm not getting stuck in the minutia. This is a one-off. Yeah, go for it. Go for it, my guy.
I'm trying to open
Slay.
my sheet with Titan Games Internet.
That everyone in the world is currently connected to.
Okay, so I'm leaping to try and get under them and use lightning lure. And you're saying that I can make that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Make a strength saving throw, and you have to beat a 16.
Fail.
Okay.
That pulls you to him to you, correct?
Yes.
Or them to you. Mm-hmm.
With that, I mean, they are pulled up to 10 feet.
Okay.
And if they're within 5 feet of me, they take lightning damage.
Okay.
So if I'm in the air and they're pulled towards me, would you say they're within 5 feet?
I'll say that was.
So with this bounding leap of arcanic energy just enhancing Gibraltar, you see a coil of like lightning lash around the counselor. It gets pulled towards me, and we both meet in midair, and there's a large bright exchange of this lightning energy, and I have to roll 3d8s.
So how far off the ground is the counselor now?
Now he's going to be
20.
Okay.
That is going to be 15 lightning damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
And because this is part of my normal hasted action, I get to attack. Hold on. Because of Eldritch Knight, whatever feature. If that is okay with you.
Okay.
DM.
Yeah. And just a point of order, you are jumping into difficult terrain.
No, not for him.
Oh, it's just for.
It's only for enemies.
Oh, okay.
Creatures I discern. So as he when he lands, it like splits apart
Okay.
for him.
I'm gonna take the -5 to my attack here.
Okay. Increase your hit.
Yeah,
Does a
creatures-
28 work?
Yeah, my guy.
creatures that are
Yeah, slay my guy.
Yeah, my guy. You know, it's not going to matter, but he has a swim of 40 feet. Just throwing that out
Hey,
there.
that may matter.
You never know.
Dropping abyssal waters.
30 points of bludgeoning damage.
Tidal wave.
And while this is happening, because of Crusher, I'm actually going to be slam dunking this guy into the ground below me.
That's what I was waiting on.
Okay.
Because you can knock him prone
Well, not going to knock him prone. I'm moving them
in a direction of your choice, down to the ground.
This is a magic mall, correct?
it is.
Down to the ground? Okay.
So now, hopefully, as I land, they're also on the ground with me.
Sure.
So you hit the ground?
He says with a
Yeah, he hits the
smile.
ground.
Okay.
And
Did you
so
take
that'd be
damage
20
from-
fits, so it'd be 2d, or, yeah, 1d6, 2d6.
You also add 8 necrotic damage.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Of course, you fool!
You fell into my trap!
Okay.
He's going to take 6 more damage. Okay, anything else?
I action surge.
Okay.
And I'm going to do an additional attack. And this time it's going to have Booming Blade on it.
Did you use your hasted attack?
Yeah.
Did you guys use a cantrip and an attack, and then you have?
But I use one of my actions to cast haste on myself.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
next turn.
Forgot about
If
that.
they live that long.
Does a 23 hits.
Yes. Yes.
You can't see this, but we're all watching Wes's face go
So
through.
that is 28
various
bludgeoning
contortions.
damage
Quite entertaining.
and 12 lightning damage. Not lightning, 12 thunder damage as they're pushed back another 5 feet.
Okay. And I'm sorry, what was the first one? What was the bludgeoning? You said 30. Say 36, because I know you didn't say 36. It was under that.
It was 26 because my total should have been 40. So it's 26 plus whatever.
In reaction to you taking damage, either your blood or whatever that hits the ground, a shadow seed gets summoned from that point. So this crawling thing pops out.
There is no blood.
Well, no, I'm saying
when it gets hit-
thematically, if he doesn't
Sure.
take any damage, fine. But
Sure.
if he doesn't bleed,
Yeah.
whatever happens,
Okay.
you took damage.
Yeah.
From that point of damage, this shadow seed gets spawned. It crawls out of the ground. It's now within 5 feet of him.
And then as my last attack thing,
Just trying to be thematic. Sorry, Wes,
I'm replacing my second attack
because it doesn't bleed.
with my breath weapon, my fire breath weapon.
50 more HP.
That's the second time you said that.
And instead of doing the actual attack version,
I don't like when
my
they do that. I don't like that.
metallic breath weapon.
Okay.
They have to beat a 17 Constitution saving throw.
Is that just him, or who is that?
For my cone, I don't think I could get all 3, so I'm going to turn and so I can get at least one of the giants as well.
Is that a spell?
No, it's a racial feature.
Breath. Right?
Fail.
Those hot peppers.
Fail.
He's
They both
been
fail.
eating.
I don't cast. So instead of that like spry metallic feature that like helped protect Swifting Shadow. This is very heavy clumps of like goopy like hot metal fire, and it weighs both of these creatures down as they are now incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Ooh.
If you need the description on that, that's from Enervating Breath.
Nope. You're fine. So, what's the damage on them?
There's no damage.
Fair enough. So they're incapacitated.
If it did damage too, no.
Oh man, if that did that and that, ooh lord.
Okay. Anything else?
There may be a seed of darkness within mortal kinds, but there's also lights, and the High King will make our lights shine brighter than the void that eats us.
One of the giants is like,
He takes psychic damage from having to listen to that.
Okay. Okay. So it is Eldritch, the Eldritch giant over here.
This one, that's the one that he's
The one on,
gotten, correct?
yeah. So then it'd be the other one. Sorry, I apologize. This one is incapacitated. He can't do anything. That is his turn. Tommen is going to. What does Tommen feel like doing? Tommen.
Sneak attack on that incapacitated.
He's about
target.
to. Yeah, he's going to. You do see him blink out and pop up behind.
I was just moving the counselor 5 feet back from you.
Thank you. And he is going to deck
Incapacitated one.
this one,
The giant.
the closest to you. Yeah,
Okay.
because realistically, he hasn't taken that much damage, so he wants to hit him. These would be with advantage because they're sneak, right?
If
No.
there's
Well, if it's incapacitated,
They auto hit. They auto hit.
yeah.
Yeah. So which means they're all going to be auto sneak damage too.
Yep. And at least, well, I don't know if you want me to roll individual, but as long as they're taking damage, they're also taking a D8 of necrotic.
Wes says no.
I don't think the necrotic's going to affect him.
That's like 90% of my kit is necrotic damage, so that's going to be really rough. Yeah, it was pointer. I'll just leave.
No,
I'll just leave.
Necrotic's good on him.
Okay.
So, but hold on. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's going to be real rough.
Maybe I made one a guy just for you. No, just kidding.
One guy.
listen, that's all you need. Just take him out.
28. That was the first dagger.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's only the first damage per turn, or per person per round.
It's good enough though.
Now we can switch to the other.
Extra damage is extra damage.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to stack.
Oh, buddy.
Do you get another seedling? If someone else
so-
takes damage.
Both these daggers,
No, only one at a time.
he tried in like fashion to the fire giant downstairs, just kind of instead of blinking down on him, or it's not even blinking. That's just what I'm saying because he's literally you blink and he's gone. But he is gonna come up from behind and just shank him in the neck, like right in the muscly parts.
I love it when you
and-
do that.
I know, right? Isn't it pretty cool? I love it. It's kind of the thing. It's my thing. And she's like, all right, just gonna hang out here. I think we're fine. Now it's to the Eldritch giant that is not incapacitated, and I need to see what this battlefield looks like. Okay, because he's not the one that absorbed, but. Oh, you're not exactly flanking either. But he's gonna come up behind Gibraltar, and he's going to make his attack.
Does he have to move away from me to do that?
Oh, he does. I'm sorry. Yeah,
I mean, so
he's not gonna
shot him.
move.
Well, how far is his reach?
Not that. Oh, actually, it's 10-foot reach. No, that's too far. Instead, you see him mutter something. And you see slowly form next to Tommen is another Eldritch Giant as he finishes his incantation. But he is going to stay. He doesn't want to move or anything. But yeah, use this one. But yeah, so that is going to be the end of Eldritch B. So it's going to be Genji with Swift Shadow at the tip. At the top, sorry, not tip top.
So
Hip hop and ominous.
I'm going to look at the Eldritch giant that I was talking to before, who's now incapacitated and no longer exciting.
And they're incapacitated until the end of their next turn, correct?
Until the end of my next turn.
Your next turn. Okay.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a rough
So
round.
I
The pinata is set up, Genji.
Yeah. No, it's until the start of my next turn. But it's still
The start of your next turn. That's good.
I'm going to look at the counselor and I'm going to say, let's see what I can do. And I'm going to shift. And my skin is going to go black. And white hair is going to start popping out.
Wet hair?
White.
Oh, white hair.
Oh, I was gonna say it's gross
And-
when you do that.
My nose and my mouth are going to extend into a maul. And I'm going to get bigger. And I'm going to look like a polar bear.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I'm going to charge. And actually, I get 10 plus a d6. 13 temporary hit points. And I'm going to run at the counselor.
Okay.
And he is.
Mhm. Yep.
So while he's incapacitated. Oh, and I also gain 1 AC, so I'm at 23 currently. Yes. I am going to use one of my psi abilities. I'm going to attack him. And I need him to make a strength saving throw. DC 16.
Incapacitated too.
Yeah.
It's an auto
Yeah.
fail.
Okay, so he falls down.
No, he doesn't. I can't have reactions either, can I?
You're incapacitated.
Oh yeah, no. I
Yeah, you
no
can't.
actions or reactions.
Well, it doesn't. The stat block doesn't say if it's a reaction or anything. So I'm gonna
If
say
it's
it's
a
a reaction.
special
so I
move,
can't
like
do
if
it.
it's like
Yeah.
a legendary
Yeah.
action or something, then technically, yeah.
I don't know if it is, so I'm gonna say it's not
okay, so he can't fall down.
because I don't. He will go
being
down. He will go down.
Yeah, let's say being
Okay.
incapacitated. Is
I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm gonna err on the side of.
That's
Can't take actions or reactions, but if that's not a featured thing.
It doesn't say, so I'm gonna err on the side of caution.
20.
Taking actions, reactions, or bonus actions.
27 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I'm on the ground, I'm prone. Yeah, you're gonna hit.
gonna hit, man.
And it's,
Yeah.
it's an auto hit.
Still have
an
to
auto
roll,
hit.
don't I? Okay.
3 necrotic damage.
Say less, my guy.
No.
That'll be
Add it in.
15 slashing and 3 psychic damage.
He doesn't take any of the psychic,
Ooh.
and the slashing because your claws are not considered magical.
My weapon is
But you said you were.
my sword.
Oh, I thought you
That's
said
what
you
I'm
were using
attacking
your
with.
claws.
No. Sword.
Oh, okay. So it's 15 damage.
So I will remember that and not roll psychic damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack him again,
Okay.
and since he's prone, it's at advantage. So might as well fish for crits, right?
What's
Yeah.
you
that'll
passive perception of 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time the counselor's getting hit, like there is blackness hitting him, and it's going to the orb.
hit. So the orb is getting bigger.
I don't know. Are you looking up,
I mean,
or are you attacking?
You're attacking.
you're right. You're right. 12 slashing damage.
Okay.
And one more attack. Double sevens. Okay. 13 slashing damage.
Okie dokie.
And that will be my turn.
I'll say now that you've done it, you'll take a look because you can catch some of it. Yeah. As it leaves his body, it goes to the orb, and it still gets a little bit bigger.
But it looks like the counselor's still taking damage.
What was that?
Does it look like the counselor's still taking damage?
His form is diminishing.
Interesting.
So like the bulbous heads aren't as bulbous anymore. Yeah. So there's no real way aside from size wise to gauge. Because you're not actually leaving anything of note. Like, yeah, you slash across them, but then you see it like fill right back up. But every time it gets hit, it takes damage. Some of that black inkiness goes to the orb.
Okay, I think that's it.
Okay. Swift Shadow with the counselor on deck. Well, can't do
Okay.
shit.
So Swift is going to go ahead and dash out, which I know will provoke an attack of opportunity,
Yes, sir.
but it is with disadvantage because of my cloak.
Oh yeah.
24. Oh, sorry. I got to do the disadvantage. Yeah, 24.
Okay.
And then the second one can be a 19.
He gets 2 opportunity attacks.
Whenever he attacks, it's a multi-attack.
Okay. Both hit.
Yep. Because as he swings, you see a purplish projection of a fist follow with it. So you get as you get hit.
That's cool.
Wait, what was the total attack? Sorry.
The first one was
24 at least.
24, and
then
the second one was
19.
yeah.
Okay.
So 19 hit.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. So the first hit, you are going to take 11 damage. The second hit, you are going to take 11 damage.
And for one of those, you'll see a psionic field go around you and absorb some of that blow. 9 plus 3. So you will take no damage from that.
All right.
One of those attacks.
Okay.
Very good.
Fair enough.
So
So,
yes.
yeah, you move.
So I'm going to move to the counselor, and I'm whirling my staff and pow, plant it
Okay.
right in his head, or you know, whatever part I can reach. Yeah, armor class 20.
Yeah, it hits.
I'm just going to go ahead and do the other staff attack as well. Well, actually, I'm charging each of these with 1 extra oomph.
Okay.
That is 18.
He's
Okay.
prone. if
It's
you
auto
attack
hits.
Well, that's kind of what I
counselor.
thought.
Yeah.
But
So
is it auto hit or?
It's auto hit when he's prone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
You
I
also
wanted
get
to-
advantage on those. So if you want to fish for,
Well, I was going to say for critical, so no. And then 2 martial arts hits because flurry of blows as well.
Okay.
No crit. Oh, so close. So no, no crits there. So ooh, I need my 8-sided back.
Go ahead.
Yeah, these two.
Yep.
Sorry, I am not used to this.
now for the most exciting part of D&D, math.
Maths. So that is 15 plus 16. So 15 plus 16, 31.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the 2 natural hits are. Ooh, max 16 plus 10, 26.
So 31 and 26. Is this a magical?
Yes, my attacks are all magical. So the staff is magical, and then my unarmed are also counted as magical.
31, 26, 57.
And just because, just in case, well, actually, no, never mind. I was going to potentially stun him, but it doesn't make any difference probably for this round. Although it might.
I don't
right?
think you can stack.
Well,
Well, that's a
he's
different
not stunned.
effect.
He's incapacitated.
I'm going to go ahead and do it. Spend it a key. Because when I
Whatever you
use it with
Because your hits are definitely
DC 16
shrink while I'm incapacitated. I can't.
Constitution.
I would think he can have a wherewithal. It's a 15. So it's
Okay, so he's stunned probably until my next.
Can you?
That's why I'm like,
Well, because incapacitate just means he can't physically do anything.
Correct.
But this is trying to stun him mentally.
Correct. Hold on. Well then, no, I can't because that's a reaction. Nope. So yeah, he's stunned. As you beat him down, you see even more, like I guess, chunks of him kind of floating towards the orb, but it's getting now substantially larger
Okay.
as it's doing that. He is now more or less to the size of I want to say a teenage human. So about that size, as opposed to before, probably a larger man. Definitely shrinking down in nature.
Can you absorb that?
I don't think so.
Anything else? Swift Shadow.
That is it.
Counselor's turn auto defaults because he's stunned. He can't do anything, which goes to Scaris and Nyla.
And by the way, that is till the end of my next turn.
Correct. So he's going to be unincapacitated at the start of your turn, but stunned until the end of your turn.
Correct.
Way to stack those stats. Let me see if he can even. Probably check here. Yeah, doesn't say. So he be stunned.
Can we get any idea like what the orb is like made out of?
You just see jet black.
Okay, so it doesn't look like anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything else would either hurt you guys or doesn't do anything.
Don't worry about us.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying. I can't think of anything else. I guess I'm gonna try and earthbind the orb down. Bring it down out of the sky.
You can attempt it, yeah.
It needs to do a strength saving throw.
So, and you.
Oh wait, never mind, because that wouldn't stop it, because it has to be a creature, and if it's not a creature.
I was like, I don't.
Yeah, no,
don't
that's the reason why it's
have a
that
stats
way.
on an orb.
No, you're good. You're
okay.
good. And those guys are using fists. I mean, literally, other than if anybody's hurt, oh god dang. I guess I'm gonna target the weaker, or the one one of the giants, the damaged one that's over there for
This
it.
one's super. The one on my left, so facing you guys, super damaged. This one, not so much damage. Well, I shouldn't say super damaged. He's been damaged a lot.
And it's incapacitated, so.
And is incapacitated.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little
So
butthurt.
yeah. So I am going to. I need to do a ranged spell attack on it. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm putting my hand in the ground, scooping up some sludge, and throwing at it. Oh wait, if it's a ranged spell attack, it's gonna work, right? That's 17 plus. That's 20. Yeah.
He can't
it
do
needs to
nothing.
do a con saving throw. So I would. That's why I was
He's
gonna ask.
incapacitated, can't do that.
Okay. So it's not gonna take much, because it's gonna take 6 force damage and 4 necrotic, which obviously doesn't matter much.
Yeah,
But it also takes 2, because it failed to save. 3 more necrotic damage, and then 3 creatures that are within 30 feet, 3 allies. That would be them 3, right? They're all within. Are they within 30 feet of the one that I'm hitting?
This one?
I think so, yeah.
Gibraltar would be.
And so would Tommen.
Okay, so if they are hurt, they recover 3 health.
Okay.
Would
So
you
I'm
say
slinging-
what's in.
I don't know. That's why I was asking him.
It's this guy that he hit.
Yeah.
So it would be. It'd actually be
Right
Genji.
next to the counselor.
Genji.
So say if Genji is, then I want Genji
Sorry.
to get healed. Are you hurt at all? Okay, so then 2, you get healed for 6.
Okay.
As when I hit him with that mud, it spikes into him when it hits him, and then some of his blood like leaches out and floats into the air and goes to him to heal him. Doing blood orb. Or nothing if it's not blood.
as you do that,
That's what I was to say. I was like, I don't know now for the thematic.
no, that's it. Okay. Go ahead.
He gets hurt. He gets healed.
So, what do you want to do?
Well,
that
that was it. And my other guy, I'm keeping him near the counselor, the seedling.
Nyla is going to walk up, and you see her. She just simply pulls out a dagger and kind of looks around, just kind of stabs it because she's like, I don't know what they can do with magic. So, just like where he's at. As it happens, like the counselor's body dissipates and it goes to the orb. The orb opens, massive, as an entity starts stepping through. And when I say stepping through, I mean the foot covers half of this top. and obviously starts panicking. So next up was Gibraltar. Before she that though, she's gonna say like, I can do something. I don't know what to do though, but I can let you do it. And she's going to touch you and gift you her 9th level wish. But you see like this energy as it pulsates through her. Her hair goes from jet black and starts turning white. And she begins to age rapidly. She goes from this 20-something-year-old to 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Like it drained a part of her life to do so. That's what I got. You see her diamond. Damn it, Nyla! And that's what he's got. It's your turn. Give me an Arcana check. Whoever's willing.
Will it?
Or a religion.
25 for either because I can.
I'm gonna say 24.
It's a plus 8 for either
22
of those.
magic.
It's over your head.
So, in your studies, Asera had many deities. Has many deities. You learned that you now have a supposed fraction of what was before, nearing 50 plus, approximately around a 20-ish currently. And the abyssal plane is ruled by one chief deity, the god of murder.
Mm-hmm.
And he begins to step through. You can see now this portal. He was not just bringing the abyssal plane. He was bringing, quote unquote, the abyss here. But what do you want to do on your turn?
As Nyla clasps her hand on Gibraltar's shoulder, he clasps the hand back as she rapidly ages and falls down.
She's not dead. She just falls down.
Yeah.
Yeah, just want to be clear.
You look to be about the age that he's supposed to be.
Who?
And I look towards the giant leg as it's now pressing through an open maw of black void.
Mm-hmm.
Like just engulfing the ceiling of what's supposed to be the heavens above us.
I wish to separate the planes so us mortals can live in peace without the interference of outer gods, so that the King Svant, Chalkis Surveyor, may guide us to the future. We are meant to live.
You are arcane enough, but your knowledge is mostly in runes. This energy is different. It feels innate. It feels, well, honestly, beyond your ken of understanding. You've seen magic users before. You're not sure what, if anything, happened until you see the orb become almost more like that of a black hole, where it starts sucking in light and everything. The leg seems to almost sever and begin to fall. And I mean, if you care to follow it, it goes down and actually hits the chasm and continues downward.
Yep.
Well, there's consequences. As the orb starts then spinning rapidly, faster and faster, the eldritch giant, the one that's incapacitated, gets sucked up and into it. The other one seems to like mutter something using the charged up arm, and like this globe appears around him, and he just stands there just staring up, like fear in his eyes. What do you guys want to do? As pieces of the cavern, the mountain, the citadel below you start breaking away, there is an earthquake kind of tremor rippling out throughout the mountain.
I'm still hasted. I'll carry Nyla.
We have to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take off.
Okay. Yeah, we can do this. You know what?
I'm going to not cast, but I'm going to channel my key into flight.
Okay.
And I will carry the other one. can't remember
Actually, appreciate it. Here's what we're gonna do. God damn it, Nyla. He like chants something, and he just starts sprinting, and he just jumps off the edge, and a rip appears in time and space. A white crack across that seems to get ripped open by him. And he like grabs the edge before he comes through. All right, if you if you willing to leave, he's just kind of motioning. Yeah, not sure where this is going. Let's go.
Yeet into the abyss.
Just jump.
Yep, let's go.
Grasp Nyla and pick her up and just follow Tommen's lead.
Everything goes white.
Seems like one hell of a story.
As his incantation finishes, you guys can hear rumblings behind you before a seal, the rip no longer appearing. You feel weightless, motionless. You're not falling. You're just kind of like the well, you're just kind of floating. You're existing in this pocket space. This isn't right. Don't know what happened. You're just kind of listing like lazily to the left. Hold on a second. Just gets quiet. All right. My god's not answering at the moment. You said to sever us from the gods?
I did.
Oh, shit. A rift opens below you all, and you all start falling out, and you are falling. Through clouds, thicket. You actually hit the ground pretty quickly. You were just in a fog. But you are all going to take...
Before I hit the ground, I cast Featherfall.
That's fair. That's fair.
See, if he wasn't, I was going to turn into something.
Yeah, no, but this was pretty quick. I mean, you just ran out. You're going to take 8 damage each, except for
8. Oh.
Well, I can cover 5 creatures.
Oh.
It's not just him, it's
and
his party.
You know I don't need it, so.
And you're holding. So yeah, you're good. You're all good. Never mind them. But
Close call.
You have landed in your travels. You've landed clear across the globe on the complete western hemisphere of Asera. Kind of embarrassed. That was not supposed to happen. Nothing. He tries again. Tries to do something like a waving of his hands. I think we're good. It's gonna be a long trek home. I think.
At least we're alive.
And like at that, he goes over to Nyla, who is about mid-50s at this point, not aging anymore. It just kind of stays there.
How long have you known Nyla?
We've she speaks. We've been together for 10 years. Yeah. And he like takes her hand, and you realize this is a little bit more than just her being a teammate. She kind of saved me from some orcs. Yeah, we're 10 years, sweetheart. Just kind of relax. Just nothing.
Cut the extra. How long have you known about her and her condition?
This is new.
This is new.
This is new. This was like a last ditch kind of effort kind of situation. And he just keeps trying to repeat using something, and he can't seem to muster.
I'm gonna grab his arm. Why don't we just go try and find something nearby? And as we start walking, I'm gonna turn to the group and I'm gonna say, have I ever told you guys the story of how I got this sword?
Felt like all these scars. No.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
It's one hell of a story.
So I trust that you're my lead into my monologue of travel. Thank you. So it takes about 3 days before you find a village of note. You're about a week's travel away from Asera.
Jeez.
And you eventually make it. Honestly, a lot of people are aware of who the Grim Scarves are. Not exactly who you are, but the kind of innate fear and respect that it brings. You come to Asera or Asera, and you find celebration going on. They don't know what happened, just that it happened. You make your way to where the Everthrone sits, where the High King Savea sits. Everyone's kind of shocked as they see you all walking up because the mountain collapsed. Lord Marshal Shattermantle is the first to kind of greet you of anyone of note. Oh, wow, that where'd you go? You missed out on some good stuff. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good. He like holds up his axe, like a lot of good stuff. Where you been?
We have been around.
Fair enough. I guess you want some time off. I mean, you did a thing. You brought down a mountain. I mean, also you apparently yeah. I don't know if this was you, but like now it's like surrounded in water.
No.
Yeah.
Words cannot describe what had transpired in the heart of darkness, but rest assured that our High King, the Redeemer, is free to enact the vision, the plan, whatever we may do to unite these worlds. This world.
That's what I love about you. You're always on point. I love that. Awesome.
And it's one hell of a story.
So, to kind of close things up here, sorry, here I gotta flip over to it.
Now we can be mountain breakers.
You are your arrival. The High King stands from his throne. Which at this point there's still construction going around. Everything's still being built relatively. And he almost like runs down to you all. You being the first one, Gibraltar, he openly, brazenly throws his arms around you. Just gives you a hug, be like, where were you? Don't do that.
Do you have any siblings?
No, but he starts looking around, but like, let's go to his side. Just us for a moment. He pulls you all to his side room. Before we get to the whole sibling thing, fair question. No. Quick answer. No. You brought down a mountain? Did it work? Did it work? And like for all the pomp and circumstance that everyone knows the High King for being kind of a closer knit group, he is just another guy. He is literally a man of the people. So is it done? Is it the counselor? What happened to him? We'll say kind of force recap.
Yeah.
Long story short, big orb, abyss plane, a little bit of disconnect.
We stopped a summoning.
Right, so the counselor was, as we probably expected, an otherworldly entity of fell omen, but
Always are.
In the midst of us brutally reducing this creature to nothing, it prompted the summoning of a god. We were working with people who had been captured before, and one of them was named Nyla, and she bared your birthmark.
What do you mean? Like this? And
Your
like
moon and your 3 stars.
but that doesn't make sense. She's like 50.
She was how you are now. We are supposed to be the same age, my liege. Yet you remain young, supple, strong.
Why, thank you.
Appreciate it. So I don't know who this Nyla is. That's concerning. But even if I wanted to ask somebody, apparently I can't. Because you know how I got this. You know, birthmark. None of us can get through to our deity. We don't know why. Kind of bad situation for some of our clerics. But
My king, under your leadership, we don't need deities. For far too long, we've been guided by these forces that taints what mortal kind is supposed to be. I know through your vision that we can do what must be done. With Nyla's power, I was able to sever the plane. To stop the summoning of a fell god that would have smote us all.
no, you're. I'm not questioning you. I'm not. The results speak for itself. We are finally at a point that we can build nations for the people, not for the few. I will try and find out as much as I can about this Nyla. We will try and find out this situation with the gods. But regardless, we owe you more than we really ever can hope to pay back. I actually thought you guys were gone, so out. It's gonna be really embarrassing. You may or may not have visages on the ceilings when they're done.
The spoils of victory.
A lot better than I thought you were gonna
We
take
will
it.
die one day,
Um,
and then they'll be done.
but
They'll be ready.
for the sake of what you have done, I want you to know that, and you know this already, Gibraltar. I trust you all innately. That's why I've given you this task. I see you more than just my warriors, my knights, whatever you want to call it, but I see you each as brothers as well. Whatever you want, ask it, you can have it.
It was known that Scaris sought out his own corner of the world and attempted to wall it off with his spines and poisons to make a paradise for his family and tried to make a new home for them. It is rumored that he found a secluded swamp and made it a hellscape for people to even come close. But another rumor is stated that despite its hazardous and terrifying visage, the swamp is an amazing and peaceful sanctuary for those who find their way within its borders. Swift Shadow had journeyed in order to gain enlightenment, that which he was not able to achieve while at the monastery. After some time, he too left the Scarves and went on to find that enlightenment in a different sort of position. He would go on and sire many kittens, and then retire to a mountain top in contemplation of the world below him. There are those that say that even now he sits upon the highest peaks, gazing down upon the world, ready to defend it whenever the world is at its most dire. After Gibraltar's wish to separate the mortal world from the gods, Genji became disillusioned with the people he had come to know as family. Eventually, he would leave the Scarves, instead choosing to focus on helping those who had been hurt by his group's actions. He traveled the world, finding battles of his own and spreading stories to anyone who would listen. He even had managed to reclaim the name that had been taken from him so long ago, but that has been lost to history. As time passed, as his abilities grew, Genji returned to Volkstad, and upon devoting himself to the tenets of Brexana, became a paladin for her. He focused on teaching the art of the blade to the younger generations, becoming a figurehead in the faith. Among all the tales and monikers given to him, the one he is most known for, and was most widely spread, despite his spearheading from battle into battle, was as the man who never died. Praetor Gibraltar would live as long as Savea, aging at the same rate, but, having been given his gift later in life, would maintain his significantly older look. Recognizing the need of a legacy to advise and protect the High King, Gibraltar would hand-choose his successor, who would immediately begin by serving under the Crown Prince, Admetius Tervel Savea. Savea would maintain his convictions and ideals, having Gibraltar to be a grounding voice and one of reason. Savea wished also not to be seen as a tyrant, but a leader of the people on the throne. He instilled his belief in his son, but, nearly after all those he loved had passed, decided it was his time too. Surrounded by Gibraltar and his family, Savea surrendered whatever divine magics coursed through his veins, passing quietly. Gibraltar would not wish to live in a world devoid of the man who he has served and loved for decades, and, in similar fashion, would relinquish the magical powers and so too pass from the material plane. Songs of Gibraltar's dedication would become the standard by which many of the High King's warriors strove. You would do well to mind the lessons born from these tales. Do keep your ear primed to bring me another, if you do come across it. Until then, farewell, my friends, and remember to live a life worth telling.